manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner, locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345, and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Is the volatility of the stock market driving you crazy? Is your retirement account sinking, yet you're getting older and you're starting to worry about, will I have enough for retirement? What about the money in the bank? These banks pay nothing these days. How do we get growth to get to retirement account? It's simple. Move into gold and silver. Want to know how to do it? Listen to my show, Striking Gold, with me, Kenny Michaels.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson. Online at SactownSports.com or on the app. Kings, Niners, and Sacramento. The Matt and Kayla Show starts now.
Yeah.
Okay, listen.
Go on,
All right, listen. It's Wednesday.
Oh, I always do.
And Kayla has brought the energy today, let me tell you. And I don't know who you are, 916 on the text line, but we can see your full phone number, including Kayla Anderson can see your full phone number. And I don't know what the context is of this text message.
I don't either.
Okay, so we sit down in our seats. We're getting acclimated for the show. We pull up the YouTube stream. We pull up the text line, right? Here we go. Yeah. Pull up the text line, one of the first texts we see from the 916 to start the show with a wonderful energy for Kayla Anderson. Just curious, is Kayla taller than 4'8"?
All right, brah.
If you talk about Kayla's height, she will kill you.
And there is what is the emoji? A shrug emoji?
It's like a shrugging emoji. I don't know.
Okay, so maybe he thinks I have little woman syndrome or something.
What does that mean?
I don't know, but they call it little man syndrome.
Oh well.
So
no, that
I'm just I'm feisty. So maybe that person is thinking,
what? You never.
Nope.
This is how I've been since I was 3 years old.
Yikes.
So, yeah, exactly.
That's poor kid.
No, I'm 5'7".
Uh-huh.
So whenever you see me in person, come on and say hi.
Yeah.
Maybe I'll be taller than you. No. I'm not 4'8" and below.
No, you're above average height for a woman.
I am. Absolutely. 4'8"? Like, where are we getting this? I'm not a Kardashian.
Are Kardashians
Yes,
short?
They're very short, except for Khloe. She's
Yeah,
like a
everyone
giant.
knows that.
Well, because her
How tall
dad
is
is
Kim?
probably somebody different.
Sean Maller wants to know if Kayla's
Oh, wait,
buff.
really? Is that a
Yes,
thing?
Sean, I could probably beat you up.
We have yesterday you were aggressive. But it took us a bit to get there, right? Like we started the show and the aggression built up. We're hitting the ground running with aggression today. What happened?
We are. Nothing. I had a great morning class that I went to.
Yeah.
Pump some iron, Sean. Sean, I don't think I'm buff. I think I'm sculpted. I'm
glad we've established that.
I mean, I like to work out. That's what I mean. I like to work out.
Yeah.
Nothing wrong with that.
I guess buff is what you say if you're a man, and sculpted.
Toned.
Toned?
Toned for a woman, I guess.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm toned.
I'm learning things today. As someone who hasn't stepped inside a gym since the 9th grade, I'm learning things.
Man, I wish I didn't have to, but I like to. So, Sean, I'm not going to be taking these short jokes all day.
She's going to take it out on me. Everybody be nice.
Only thing short about Kayla is her temper.
Boom. Now
that's 100% accurate.
That's facts right
That's
there,
100%
baby. That's
accurate.
facts.
Kayla's temper is 4'8" for sure. Her temper is 4'8".
Oh, what a way to start the show. Matt should have never shown me that.
I didn't. I just
He's
opened
like,
the text line. I
Kayla.
was like, oh no,
Which,
Kayla.
by the way, Matt, you do that sometimes.
No.
You're
Does he
an
that
instigator.
Me?
Because you'll see people say things on the text line and you'll be like, hey, Kayla, guess what somebody said?
Well, Kayla doesn't have access to the text line. I want her to feel
Well,
involved.
I'm glad I don't.
Yes, that's a good thing.
Yeah,
When I used to produce Alan, I had to protect him from himself. you should be protecting Kayla from herself, not instigating.
See, but like,
I'd be on my own phone,
yeah, she'd be
texting
just
back people.
fighting everybody. See, yeah, but there's on one hand, there's the responsible adult. There's the angel on one shoulder going, hey, do a great show. And there's the devil on the shoulder going, press the red button and watch Kayla explode because
exactly.
it's fun.
No, I'm never going to say a bad word on here. That I can hold back. It'd be really fun, though, if I could.
You have radio training at this
Yeah,
point.
I have TV and radio training.
I'm amazed. I don't think any of us have let.
Don't say that
you were
now.
close.
We're gonna
I
jinx
know. I
it.
was very.
You were
I've
close.
Been very close. I've been very close a couple of times.
I
But, yeah.
have never in all the years ever had to dump myself on the radio.
Hey, 6 months in. 6 months in. Hey.
Let's go.
6 months in, and we haven't.
Let's go.
Hey, welcome into Matt and Kayla. I'm Matt George. Kayla Anderson, fired up and ready to fight today.
And I don't have T-Rex arms either. I actually have a huge wingspan for a girl. Sorry, Nick. You're striking out, bro. You're striking out.
Her measurements at the NBA Combine
were
make
actually
people
fantastic.
My
excited.
wingspan is incredible. It's a crazy flex.
Hey.
What are you, Keegan Murray?
Keegan Murray with an actual temper.
That'd be fun to see, by the way.
I'm Matt George. That's Kayla Anderson.
Yo!
We got Kyle Ledbetter with us
What's
today
up? Happy Hump Day.
Another day where we will hear from Sacramento Kings general manager Scott Perry at noon today. He will be speaking with the Sacramento media in a press conference centered around free agency. Now, that does not mean that the Sacramento Kings are done. They still have access to some of their money in the MLE. We've been wondering, well, they still have to round out the roster anyway, but we've been wondering if they're going to look to bring in another potential backup point guard for Darius Acuff Jr. So just because the press conference is happening today doesn't mean that there's not going to be anything that happens after the press conference. But I think it's fair to say the most substantial moves are done. And those substantial moves are the waiving of DeMar DeRozan, which I'm sure Scott is going to talk about at length and probably share a lot of kind and appreciative words for who DeMar DeRozan is. The re-signing of Precious Achiuwa, which is worth talking about. And then I would hope that Scott will field some questions about Zach LaVine, who technically the Kings had no control over the situation. Zach LaVine picked up his $49 million player option to return to the Kings, but that is a essentially free agency decision in a way. And Scott will hopefully address now. He shared with us on these airwaves with Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross about the expectations for all returning veteran players are to be completely bought into what they're doing here or what the Kings are trying to do. So I know he already has that expectation for Zach and for Domas and for Malik and any of the other returning veterans. But I'm curious if he's going to ask and talk specifically about how he envisions using Zach LaVine. And I know that's more of a Doug Christie coaching question than anything, but I'm sure Scott has thought and discussed with Zach's camp, with Doug, about what Zach's role looks like here in Sacramento to start next season.
So you think if that is asked, he'll be good with responding? Because I am curious as to what he will be cool with responding to at this point and what he will might want to control, like where it goes down. Because I was talking to you yesterday. I hope somebody asks about the free agency situation with maybe like eventually adding a point guard, or if they're not going. Maybe I would like to know if there is a plan, if there is a plan for that. And then if the Zach LaVine stuff is brought up, I just am curious as to like how far he'll go down that road.
I very much imagine Perry will be asked about the backup point guard because that's kind of been the next hole to address. So I imagine there will be a question regarding, I don't know if it's going to be specifically about a certain guy like a Russell Westbrook or just about the position in general, but I hope Scott is asked and we'll talk about that today. My guess would be, because it's the easy play for a general manager, if for lack of a better term, is if he would be asked about what Zach LaVine's role is going to be and what he's going to be for this team going forward, at least to start the season, he might do the classic I'm going to defer to my head coach, Doug Christie. That'll be for Doug Christie to figure out and decide how to properly use Zach LaVine. But we expect him to be bought into what we're doing. It's kind of a lame cookie cutter answer, but it's probably the smart answer for a general manager. He's not going to share what the conversations have likely been like behind closed doors of how they use him, but I think we can all guess, and it doesn't take inside information to imagine that the Kings will want to try to feature LaVine enough to where he is a trade chip or a trade asset that they can move on from at the trade deadline and get some sort of value in return versus just letting him walk next summer. I just don't know. I don't think Scott's going to talk about that specifically.
No, I don't think he'll get into the details on that, but I do think that is something that they're going to do to start the year at least. I mean, you have to after what happened last year with the inconsistencies and then obviously the injuries, and you're trying to do your best to be on a shorter timeline to get him to another place. That is just only going to benefit. The sooner you can do it, the better it's going to benefit the speeding up of this whole process of this young team, because it's going to take a minute, but you can't do a lot until you get some of these guys out of here. I know we're going to talk about where does Zach LaVine, fit into this lineup with who, like what could it look like later on in the show. But I also wanted to go back because I saw the word Vivek in here, and the name Vivek, I should say. I had never heard, by the way, Vivek speak until on Monday when he was at the California Classic and he sat down with Deuce and Mark Jones. That is seriously the first time I've heard him talk in the media here. And I was like surprised. I didn't know that. And I know he didn't say much, but I was like, oh, I wonder if why this was all planned out or whatever.
Yeah, that's his first public appearance from what I understand, outside of the A's coming to Sacramento press conference. And
I
that
think
might
he did
honestly be
some
the last
business
one.
podcast also in India.
He very much Vivek, when Vivek first bought the Sacramento Kings and kept them here in Sacramento, he was very much in the public eye.
Right.
I remember from the 4-on-5 defense thing of him sharing that idea, which people took and ran with, to him addressing fans and doing interviews, and even when all the Stephon Clark stuff was happening in Sacramento and Black Lives Matter and stuff like that, he made a public appearance after a game in which there were protesters outside that prevented a lot of people from coming into the game, so they played the game for a limited crowd, and Vivek actually came out with a lot of the players. I think Vince Carter was still on that team and addressed the crowd in that sense. But Vivek does not make public appearances
or
into
statements.
Very rarely.
Okay.
Very rarely. Like the last time I've seen Vivek speak, period, was when he spoke at the press conference announcing that the A's were coming to West Sacramento for a couple of years. That. So him being on that broadcast was certainly eye-opening.
I know.
I didn't hear it live. I'll be honest with you, I haven't gone back and listened to it. I had people text me and send me a little bit of what he was saying. It seemed fine. I think the California Classic is a good time to do stuff like that, but
yeah, I was just curious as to what fans thought if they did listen to it, because I didn't think he spoke that much, and I didn't think he had spoke much in the recent months or years even. He brought up, I think most of it had centered around the involvement of the California Classic.
Right.
And I didn't know he actually came up with the idea.
Oh, I didn't know that either.
Yeah, so he, I guess, came up with the idea and at the time reached out to Jeannie Buss and said, hey, is this something? I didn't know that. So I learned that.
Yeah,
that was new. So
I did not know that either. That's pretty cool. I know he talked about the fans too, which is pretty cool too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So we at noon will be hearing from Sacramento Kings general manager Scott Perry. We will take that press conference live for you in its entirety right here on your home of Sacramento Kings basketball, Sactown Sports. I wonder if he's going to be asked at all. Now, I don't know how much of this he'll actually address either, but I do wonder if he's going to be asked about the report from Jake Fisher from Steinline and Bleacher Report. Jake Fisher shared that the Sacramento Kings are not going to buy out Zach LaVine. The full quote from Jake Fisher is, I have not heard Zach LaVine as a buyout candidate. To my understanding, the Kings are hoping that LaVine, now in the final year of his deal, could play his way to being a trade candidate in February by the deadline. They're hoping for far more than looking they're hoping for that far more than looking at him being a buyout guy. There are no plans as of now to part ways with LaVine. None of that is surprising to me. All of that is expected. And my guy Will Z, friend of the show, put together or was writing an article about this and actually pointed out a stat that I thought was interesting. And I want to be clear with the context around this number and what the intention behind it is. Will points out the numbers that Zach LaVine put up when he was not a teammate of DeMar DeRozan. That's important because Zach LaVine was playing the best basketball of his career that season in Chicago, his final season in Chicago before the Sacramento Kings traded for him. He came back to he came over to Sacramento and became teammates with DeMar DeRozan again. This is not to blame DeMar for how Zach is playing. That's not at all what this stat suggests. But when you talk about two kind of ball-dominant offensive guards, that the question was always, would they fit together? I think these numbers are important. In the 42-game stretch where Zach LaVine was not a teammate of DeMar's over the last 5 years, Zach LaVine averaged 24 points, shot 51% from the field, 44.6% from three-point range, also averaged 4.8 rebounds and 4.5 assists. So I bring that number up now that DeMar DeRozan is gone here in Sacramento. Is it just blind optimism, or could there be hope that because DeMar is no longer here and it clears up a little more opportunity for LaVine to just be the scoring guard that he is for this team, and that's what he was in Chicago when he was playing his best basketball?
I mean, you can't take it out of the equation. The numbers don't lie necessarily. I don't know still what it looks like with Darius Acuff in him.
Right.
Because Acuff is also, a scoring guard.
Yep.
And I know he is more so likely to find his teammates, and he wants to thrive on that as well as being a playmaker. It's an interesting thing to look at, and it's something that I don't think you can bypass. I think that giving a little bit of the benefit of the doubt to start the season and to see, hey, what does it look like without, a guy like DeMar who's kind of an iso ball guy, and LaVine, and having all of them out on the floor at the same time.
Yep.
That could be interesting. I am interested to see that.
The difference for me between Darius Acuff Jr. and Zach LaVine, though, is that Darius Acuff Jr. is more than just a scorer.
Well, yeah.
Scoring is what he's best at.
Sure.
But like we've talked about, his playmaking, his passing ability, the Kings are looking at him not just to be their star scoring point guard, but to be their point guard, to be their floor general, to run the offense.
I think he's self-aware of that, too, that he needs to be.
And that is something that if you were to ask Zach LaVine, he is at his best when he's not looking to pass. He's just looking to put the ball in the basket. That is Zach LaVine's job. And in theory, when you had two guys like that in DeMar and Zach, who their primary responsibilities are give me the ball and let me score, it becomes more difficult. Now, you want Darius Acuff Jr. to score. He's going to get opportunities to score. If not, you're wasting everybody's time. So I'm not saying that Zach LaVine now has the biggest green light out of anybody to take a bunch of shots. But there is now a clear one pure scoring guard on this team. I'd even say more than Malik Monk, because Malik can score, but Malik can also run the pick and roll better than Zach LaVine ever can. I'm not trying to sell anybody on anything, because I am certainly skeptical about how the hell Zach LaVine is going to work here in Sacramento. We just see the numbers of what he was in Chicago when he didn't have to share the court and share the basketball with DeMar DeRozan. That was the version of Zach LaVine that the Kings traded for. He played a full season-ish with DeMar here in Sacramento. I know there were injuries and a plethora of different issues, but the numbers dropped. Maybe for 2/3 of a season until the trade deadline, the Kings can get the best scoring version out of Zach LaVine like he was in Chicago before they traded for him back, because there's more of a natural fit and need for that role with this group. Maybe. I have no idea, but those numbers suggest, hey, maybe something could be there.
Yeah, I mean, it's, to start the year, might as well be optimistic about what it could look like, because it's not going to look the exact same as what they came rolling out with last year, that's for sure. If anything, we know it's going to look a little different. Now, how much better it's going to look, I don't know.
Yeah.
But it is going to look different. There aren't going to be log jams right now, at least, hopefully. Not at the guard position, but maybe at the center position.
Yeah.
In all seriousness, though, I do think that brings a good point up. And he's on the team as of right now. So I guess for me, somebody who has been more so trying to be like, we need to move on from him, it is what it is. He's on the team. So we might as well start the season having an optimistic outlook of what at least he could look like with an Acuff now. Yeah. Now, the defense is another story. That's another story.
But the defense is another story for half of this roster. And that
Correct.
actually leads well into the next thing that I was going to talk about, because I've been asked, I know you've been asked, we've talked about it on this show, we've seen it on social media, how can a Darius Acuff Jr., Zach LaVine backcourt work? And how I define working in my mind is that offensively we know how gifted the two of them are, or we believe we know how gifted the two of them are. Their primary skills are both on the offensive side of the basketball. Can defensively they be, I don't even know if good enough is the right word. Can they just be enough defensively to where it doesn't negatively impact the offense? Or can the offense outweigh the defense? Look, if they're giving up 20 points each, but scoring 25 points each, okay, it's a plus 10. When we look at their net ratings together, because of how much they bring offensively, can their net rating be ultimately higher because the offensive rating is better than the defensive rating or outweighs the defensive rating? That's what I talk about when work is will that backcourt work? That's what I'm looking at. I'm not looking at they're going to be suddenly good together on both ends of the floor and they're going to instantly lead to winning basketball. I don't know. I just question, or I just hope that offensively they can be so good and so dynamic and score from anywhere on the floor that they want to, that even though defensively they're probably going to be bad to a nightmare at times, the offense outweighs the defense. But also who you put around them really, really matters.
I think that's the big question is like, what will it, because I do think that Acuff and Levine will be out there as starters.
What other choice?
Because what other choice do you have? It's just the, hey, how do we make this work where we have a little bit of that defensive personnel out here?
Right.
And that way you can get a little creative, but I don't know how creative they're going to get with that, or if they're going to stick with something, or are we going to see different lineups like we did to start, well, really for most of the year.
Ultimately, you need to put, if that's going to be your starting backcourt, you need to put versatile players around them that can, for lack of a better term, bail them out. Which is why, because we talked about the starting 4 spot is going to be a big question mark going into training camp, because we talked about 3 very different options that the Kings could do. Option number 1 is just, hey, start Precious Achiuwa like you were doing last year. You played really, really well. Okay. Option number 2, do you explore the 2 big man lineup, right? Option number 3 is what I think might work the best for a Darius Acuff Jr. and Zach LaVine backcourt, which is starting at the 3 and 4, and it doesn't really matter who's the 3 and who's the 4 because it's basically interchangeable.
Yeah.
Keegan Murray and DeAndre Hunter together.
Right. Yep. 2
versatile, long wings/forwards who are capable of guarding the guard spot. So if both Acuff and LaVine are getting torched by whatever scoring guard is out there or point guard is out there, Keegan can take on some of that responsibility. The versatility of those 2 on the perimeter might be a necessity to even having a pulse defensively when you have those 2 guards, that back court on the floor. But where it might be completely messed up then, Kayla, though, is then Domantas Sabonis is starting at the 5. And that means if the perimeter defense breaks down, which is what's happened in Sacramento for years, the last line of defense at the rim is Domantas Sabonis, and that's not his game. Versus if it's Dylan Cardwell, okay, you have a rim protector there. But we're not starting Dylan Cardwell with that backcourt.
Nope.
So it's a mess.
Like I said, it's not an exact science, and it's something that they're probably going to tweak here and there, at least to start the year. But I don't even know if there's going to be something that works good or well.
It might be. Actually, funny enough, later on in the show, I think at 1 o'clock, we're going to talk about a huge dilemma that Doug Christie is facing, because there is still a large portion of this roster that screams you have to score a lot of points if you're going to win. But I would argue the most important thing the Kings can do this season is establish that identity truly, and we know they want to establish that on the defensive end of the floor. So what does Doug Christie do? We'll talk about that at some point today. Scott Perry, Sacramento Kings general manager, will speak to the media about all the free agency moves. Well, the few free agency moves, I should say, that the Sacramento Kings have made at noon. We'll take that press conference for you live. We'll take the break right now. When we come back, apparently there are 3 front runners for LeBron James, and they're all on the other side of the country. We'll share those 3 teams for you and discuss each one when we return. It's Matt and Kayla just getting started here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
As a fitness coach, my active psoriatic arthritis can slow me down. With Skyrizi, risankizumab Riza, I'm treating my skin and joint symptoms so I can keep moving. Skyrizi, a prescription-only injection for adults, helps me move with less joint pain, stiffness, swelling, and fatigue. And for those who have plaque psoriasis, 90% clearer skin is possible. With Skyrizi, there's no daily dosing. It's just 4 doses a year after 2 starter doses.
Don't use if allergic to Skyrizi. Serious allergic reactions, increased infections, or lower ability to fight them may occur. Before treatment, get checked for infections and tuberculosis. Tell your doctor about any flu-like symptoms or vaccines.
Thanks to Skyrizi, there's nothing like clearer skin and better movement. And that means everything. Ask your doctor about Skyrizi. Visit Skyrizi.com or call 1-866-SKY-RIZI to learn more.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton and Price.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at HagenOaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
Jane Dawson did something smart. She saved hundreds on auto insurance switching to Progressive. With the money she saved, she got herself a pricey bird feeder with an ultra-high-def camera. Should Jane have just bought a regular bird feeder? Yes. Is it hard for her to admire nature when the camera doubles as the bird's potty? Also, yes. But it's Jane's savings, and if she wants to spend her time watching the digestive habits of the white-breasted nuthatch, we say you go, girl. Switch and see if you could save with Progressive and treat yourself. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Summer's finally here, and we're kicking it off with a whole lot of free. Free brake pads with Duralast rotors. Free oil filter with 5 quarts of oil. Free Armor All wipes with Armor All glass cleaner, and more. More free, so you can have more summer. Celebrate free at AutoZone. Now through July 27th. Restrictions apply.
Get in the zone, AutoZone. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
According to Shams Charania, it's not 3 final teams in the LeBron James sweepstakes, but it sounds like it's a 3-horse race at the front. 3 front runners to land the king, and all 3 of those teams are out east. Oh, the dream of the Golden Girls in San Francisco might be coming to an end.
There was no way LeBron was going to sign up for that.
But apparently he might sign up to reunite with the Miami Heat, go home to Cleveland, or now after the Jaylen Brown trade, all of a sudden the city of brotherly love might be calling the king The Philadelphia 76ers listed as a front runner for LeBron James. Again, this is all via Shams Charania of ESPN. Apparently, Bob Myers, who is now like the president of basketball operations for the 76ers, kinda. He's like in like an interim role. I don't know what the hell he's doing. Of course,
He's the president of the parent company of the guy who owns the Sixers and the Commanders and the, I think, Devils.
So whatever the hell Bob Myers is to the Philadelphia 76ers, he just went on a Rich Paul's podcast and basically shared his pitch on Rich Paul's podcast as to why LeBron James should come to the Sixers. And his pitch was reasonable. Like, arguably, if he wants to go to a place where he can win, Philly might be the best place for him. I would argue Miami should also very much be in that conversation. Cleveland, out of the three, if LeBron were to join Cleveland, out of the three, I feel like Cleveland would be the least of the three that feels most likely to get the job done. I don't know which of the three should be at the top. Maybe Miami, just because he'd play with Giannis, but is having both LeBron James and Giannis Antetokounmpo a little bit redundant in Miami? I don't know, but either way, it sounds like there's a very good chance LeBron James is going to head back out east, and if he's really interested in joining a contender, well, there's three of them right there that are waiting for him.
It's just still like amazing and again, I know he's not going to be getting like a bag necessarily, but it is amazing at his age that he is still getting plenty of teams interested.
Yeah.
Because we're not even mentioning, we know Golden State is interested, right? But
they were the most aggressive suitor for a
yeah,
long
it's
time.
just not, he's not interested in them. I am surprised it's three Eastern Conference teams. I thought maybe he'd be interested in somewhat staying on the West Coast, maybe Denver. I know Denver was somebody that was interested and kind of linked to LeBron even a week ago. But out of all of those, I always would love to see him go back to Cleveland because I remember covering him in Cleveland, and I just think he's a Cleveland guy.
Already.
He either ends it that way because, again, I think he's very particular on how he wants his story to end. So he either ends it that way, you know, where it all kind of began for him as a youngster in Akron, or I think going to Miami would be sensational because you would get the hoopla around it because it's Giannis now in Miami. He returns to Miami for the decision. And I do think it's a team that could very well compete, and it's run very well.
Yep.
We all know like what the Miami Heat stand for.
Pat Riley to Eric Spoelstra.
Yeah, and then Philly's just interesting. It's kind of random, but I get it with Brown there.
Philly's the worst out of the three,
I
right?
think it's the worst out of the three, but that I'm a little bit.
The least fun, I should say. By worst, I
Yeah.
don't mean the worst team. It's just the least fun.
It's probably the least fun, but I feel pretty confident there's no way he's going back to Miami.
And why is that?
The way that it ended in Miami was basically Pat Riley being like, "We don't need you, LeBron," and then LeBron being like, "Okay, bye."
Yeah.
And they did not end on good terms. Now, I'm not saying that hasn't been resolved over the years, but I think LeBron is looking at Miami and it's like, I don't think it would be a good look for me to then come crawling back at the end to Miami.
That was also like 12, 13 years ago. So
I just don't see him going back and bending at Pat Riley's knee and being like, yes, I would like to play for you for the minimum.
Is LeBron returning bending at Pat Riley's knee, though, or is it I want to go and play with my buddy Giannis and I don't care
also,
what,
I'm in Miami.
And Miami would give him the hero's welcome. So I don't think, I get what you're saying, Kyle. I don't agree with the optics of LeBron going back to Miami is him bending to Pat Riley by any means. I think the Miami Heat are also looking around going, even with Giannis there and Bam, the Miami Heat should not be looked at as a title favorite in the Eastern Conference, in my opinion. The Knicks are still ahead of them. Boston might be equaled. We'll see what life is like for them after Jaylen Brown.
Yeah,
You could put Philly
that.
on the same level with them. The Cleveland Cavaliers might be on the same level with them. I think
Pacers in Toronto.
Yeah, exactly. I don't think the Heat can, after trading everything they just traded for Giannis, I don't think the Heat could stand on a pedestal and say, LeBron, you need us more than we need you, if that makes sense. But I also don't know, at this point in LeBron's career, and no disrespect to LeBron, I don't know how much of a difference that he makes for any of these three teams to make them title contenders or not. I know he's a great player. I know he can still put up good numbers. At 41 years old last season in 60 games, he averaged just shy of 21 points, 6 rebounds, 7 assists, shot 51% from the field. Like, I know he's still a very, 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 very good basketball player. But is LeBron James going to be the difference for any of these three teams? For Philly, is it going to be LeBron James or is it going to be Jaylen Brown's the difference for them winning a championship?
Not a difference. He's not going to be the difference because we even saw in LA when he finally realized and admitted on several different accounts that he was the 3 there.
Yeah.
But it worked really well when he finally realized I am operating as the 3 here.
Yeah.
And that's when they were winning their most games in LA, when all of them kind of knew their roles. So I think the bigger question is, where does he fit in terms of, he's not going to be the guy.
Yeah.
Maybe he's the 2. But even could you operate as the 3 in one of these places and make it look and function well?
In Miami, he's the 2 behind Giannis, but ahead of Bam.
Cleveland, he's the 3.
In Cleveland, he's the 2.
You think he's 2? Okay.
Behind Donovan Mitchell, but ahead of James Harden.
All right.
In my opinion.
Yeah.
Because James Harden is he'll just disappear into the background like he always does.
I love how we just said, because it's James Harden.
Because it's James Harden. He'll find a way to do something stupid.
He'll distribute.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
That, again, like if James Harden's going to play point guard for those two, good. Like that's a good role for James.
Yeah.
In Philly, he's the 3 with the chance of being the 4. Because he's behind Jalen, he's behind Tyrese Maxey, and I think Tyrese Maxey would be a phenomenal point guard for LeBron.
It'd be fun.
And whatever version of Joel Embiid freaking shows up, like if Joel Embiid's cooking, LeBron could fade into the background on any given night, but LeBron could also be the number 2 or number 1 option on any given night. Like that Philly team would be super, super deep and super interesting, very talented. I just don't like the idea of LeBron in Philly.
And I'll tell you this right now, because we know who LeBron is, and LeBron is not afraid to come at people, to speak his mind, especially in his older age. If it doesn't go right in Philly, or when they're on bad stretches, or when LeBron is injured for something, he going to be hearing it. Yeah. And it's not going to be nice, and he's going to go at fans. I could see this whole thing playing out right in front of my eyes.
Yeah.
Right in front of my eyes.
When you talk about storybook endings, it just doesn't feel like a good ending. It's like the ending to the final season of Game of Thrones with him going to Philly. It's just like,
I agree.
Okay, why?
That's Jordan Wizards.
Yes, exactly. Versus
Yeah.
Miami or Cleveland, there's a storybook ending there, even if he doesn't win. If he goes to Philly and doesn't win,
I think it's
All right.
disastrous.
He's going back to Cleveland. I'm so certain he's going back
I
to
really
Cleveland.
am too.
And I think the Philly thing would be interesting. That team would be terrible on defense. With Maxey,
Philly?
Jaylen Brown, Embiid, and LeBron.
Well, Jalen's a good defender.
They would turn Jaylen, again, I don't want to be nerd stat guy with Jaylen Brown. He's a good player. But VJ Edgecombe would just turn into Keegan, where they're just like guard everyone.
I forgot about VJ too. VJ,
Yeah,
I mean,
VJ
LeBron might
VJ's
LeBron could be the 5th option on some
don't
nights.
think that works over
He
there.
would be an impediment to VJ's development. But at that point, the Sixers are like, who cares? We get LeBron James for 2 seasons.
Yeah.
I don't know.
I out of the 3,
Cleveland still makes the most
out of the
sense.
3, I do think it's Cleveland.
By the way, Cleveland will also have a terrible defensive backcourt, but the front court of Mobley and Jared Allen would be awesome.
That would be cool. And then in Miami, that's a big 3, like a big 3, and Bam Adebayo, LeBron James, and Giannis Antetokounmpo to deal with.
Kind of wild.
Freaking Wiggins would be the 2 on that team, and
which is
Wiggins
nuts.
is like a power forward.
And then there's Davion Mitchell, all 6 feet of him, just like, I'm here too.
Yeah.
Off night, baby.
Off night. We'll take the break. When we come back, I've compiled, well, I didn't compile, I didn't do anything. I found the list.
I made up all of
I did
this.
it myself.
I did it.
I found the list of the 11 fastest ejections in a NBA history. Some of these names you'll obviously know and guess. Many of them you will not. And the fastest ejection in NBA history to me is hilarious. Let's make a game of it when we come back. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Carmichael Dave here, so proud to talk about my new friends at Pest Pros, where they are family-owned, they are locally rooted, and they are committed to serving Northern California. I got a mouse problem at my house, and I don't like mice. I got a cockroach problem at my house, and I don't like cockroaches. That's a real thing. You're going to get pest protection somewhere. Why not get it at a place that is locally owned and operated? Longtime Kings fans and partners, and the community, yeah, you've spoken. They're back-to-back Sacramento favorites. So if you got pest control, you don't have Pest Pros. Step up to the pros with their all-star lineup. Don't just make the call, make the right call. Go to pestprosps.com, Sacramento grown, family owned, or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345. Step up to the pros at Pest Pros.
This is the story of the one who keeps multiple buildings running smoothly day after day. Plumbing that flows, HVAC that hums, cleaning supplies that keep surfaces sparkling. That's why she counts on Grainger. With easy reordering online and 24/7 support, Grainger helps her keep the products she needs on hand. So shelves stay stocked and buildings stay ready. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack, but not with ZipRecruiter. Its powerful technology actively finds and invites qualified candidates to apply to your job. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you the needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
ZipRecruiter. Every 16 seconds, an American receives a cancer diagnosis, and every minute of every day, another person loses their life to cancer. That's why Stand Up to Cancer has set a bold goal to make early-stage detection an essential part of standard of care for all cancers. So often, if cancer is detected early, the chance of long-term survival is 90%. So if we all support cancer research, more than 2 million lives can be saved in the next decade. So join the mission and help save lives today at standuptocancer.org.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see, the new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
It is Christmas in July with the Sacramento River Cats. Join us on Saturday, July 25th at Sutter Health Park for holiday fun, summertime baseball, and a festive night you won't forget. Celebrate the season early. Grab your tickets now at rivercats.com.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Let's play a game, everybody. The 11 fastest ejections in NBA history. Now, I'm warning everybody right now. I would have not done well on this, and I'm not trying to steer it because there are some obvious names on here that you will know, but no one's getting close to 11 out of 11. I'd be surprised if Kayla and Kyle work together to get more than like 4 of them, to be completely honest. But I have the names and how quickly into the game they got ejected. So I'll throw it out to both of you guys. Text line, comment section, feel free to play along too. First name that comes to mind if you think fastest ejections in NBA history.
Does this include coaches and players?
It includes coaches. And
Okay.
it's everybody.
Okay,
Ejections, period.
That makes sense. By the way, when you said let's play a game and then explained it, I'm like, this sounds like a saw puppet game. Let's
play a game. I want to play
a game.
Yeah, it's like you're probably only going to get 4 out of 11.
Okay, sidebar really quick.
So-
The Saw movies are gross, but the writing in the Saw movies is actually really
really good, yeah.
good.
I've never seen it.
The stories are amazing. Anyway.
Yeah, they are pretty good. So I don't know, Kyle, do we want to think of a coach first that would be
Okay.
on that list? Because I have one in mind.
Okay, you can save that one. My
Okay.
question is, how are we doing the famous Draymond Green choking out Rudy
Yeah.
Gobert? Is it like just Draymond or multiple players from that incident getting ejected? Because I think that's got to be up there.
All I have is 11 names and the times, how quick into the game. Like
Okay.
11 names.
Because that one famously, they like tipped off and
Yeah.
then Rudy Gobert
Yep.
got choked
Okay.
out. So I'm going to say Draymond, Clay, and Rudy Gobert all at the same time got ejected.
The trio?
Well, you're kind of correct.
Okay.
Draymond Green and Klay Thompson both were ejected 1 minute 43 seconds into a game. So
Okay.
both of them are on the list. Rudy Gobert is also on the list, but at 2 minutes and 47 seconds. So I don't know if that was a different situation or if he got ejected
Maybe
later.
Rudy
Okay.
didn't get ejected when he got
Was Jaden
choked out.
McDaniels in that?
Jaden McDaniels is on that also at 1 minute and
So
43
was it-
seconds. So Jaden, Draymond, Clay all were ejected, I believe, in the same game at 1
Okay.
minute
Oh,
43
Jaden
That's
seconds.
crazy.
That's a great pull. I
Yeah.
forgot Jaden McDaniels got ejected.
So you guys are already at 4 of the 11.
I mean, but it's all
Okay.
it's all the same one. It's the famous
Yes.
Draymond
It is-
choking
yeah.
out Rudy Gobert.
Yes.
So at least
By the way,
that-
the picture on the graphic of fastest ejections is Draymond Green.
yeah, when he choked out. Oh, that's right. That's
Of
a
course.
great pull, Kayla, because it was originally Clay and
Yeah.
Jaden McDaniels were shoving,
Yeah.
and then
And then he
Draymond
got him
choked
and-
out Rudy for no reason.
This is where it gets a lot more difficult, but there are definitely recognizable names on here. Think 2 guys that are notorious hotheads in the NBA. Notorious,
Whoa.
and neither of them are in the league anymore.
Well, Rasheed Wallace.
Rasheed
'Cause
Wallace.
That's an
It's a
obvious.
good pull.
Rasheed Wallace, the second fastest ejection in NBA history, 1 minute 25 seconds into a game.
Patrick Beverly?
Patrick Beverly is not on this
Who else
list.
is a hothead?
Think 2 guys actually are former Kings.
Oh, Isaiah Thomas.
Well, Isaiah Thomas is on this list. I don't know if that's our Isaiah or the OG Isaiah.
How is it? If it's 2 A's, it's our Isaiah. If it's one, if it's ISIAH,
Okay,
that's
so
the old one.
it is the old
It's
Isaiah
the old
Thomas.
Isaiah
He's
Thomas.
number 3.
Okay.
He was ejected 1 minute 28 seconds into the game. You guys are
That's
doing
We
really
haven't
well.
done number 1.
Deep
You do
cut.
not have number 1. Number 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 10 you have. Think
10 was Rudy.
Think local guy.
Local guy?
Local guy, notorious hothead.
Oh, I know what it is. Is it Matt Barnes?
Matt Barnes.
Okay.
Matt Barnes?
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins is not on this list.
Matt
Okay,
Barnes
okay.
from Sacramento.
Matt
That's what he was
Barnes
doing.
is
Oh, he's from Okay.
Yeah, he's from
Got it. I didn't know
El
that.
Camp. Where
El
did he go to school?
Campo?
El Camp. I can't remember.
I think maybe Del Campo. Anyways, but yes, he's from Sacramento.
2 minutes 49 seconds into a game, Matt Barnes got ejected.
Okay.
He's number 11.
So, can I guess my coach?
Please.
Greg Popovich.
Greg Popovich is number 1.
Yes!
I knew that
That's
one
the coach
from the book,
I was
yeah.
like, I know he's got to be.
Greg Popovich was ejected 63 seconds into a game.
I think it was against, was it the Cavs, I think? I remember that the game you're talking about. He purposely called a timeout and then immediately got himself ejected.
Who was it against?
I don't know. I just
Oh,
have. I just have the
okay.
name.
I didn't know.
I just have the name and the time.
Okay.
Maybe Denver.
That's all I got. So you have all but 9, 8, and 7. And 9, 8, and 7, I don't think you. I mean,
it's
unless
random.
you guys got in a million. One of them is a former King, another notorious hothead.
Vince Carter.
No.
Dang.
Greg Ostertag. Greg Ostertag was ejected 2 minutes into a game.
Okay.
Eric Bledsoe. Eric Bledsoe was ejected 2
Okay.
minutes 36 seconds
What
into
a
a game.
random name.
Interesting.
Does it say what team Eric Bledsoe was on?
No,
Okay.
it's just a graphic with their names and the times. And then finally, I never would have guessed this because I always thought he was such a nice guy. Udonis Haslem.
Oh, really?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
When was that?
I don't know. He was ejected 2 minutes, 40 seconds into a game. So there you go.
That one.
The 11 fastest ejections. When I saw Greg Popovich #1, of course, it made so much sense and it just made me happy.
And he has that on. He has so many things under his name, but to have the fastest ejection, baby.
I remember the Udonis Haslem one now, which was.
Oh, what did he do?
Yeah, what did he do? Please let us know.
This was, I can't remember. It had to be a playoff game because I'm looking at the date. It was the Heat and the Sixers. He checked into a game in garbage time and immediately got ejected.
Hell yeah.
Like, he was the cleanup crew, immediately got in a fight with Dwight Howard, and immediately got ejected. I forgot about that.
Kimberly in our comment section asked both about Meta World Peace, we're on our test, and DeMarcus Cousins. Neither of them are on the list. That is a little surprising to me.
I think so
I
too.
would have 100% guessed. Not DeMarcus, because DeMarcus DeMarcus got a ton of technical fouls. DeMarcus really didn't get tossed that much.
Okay.
And when he did, it was usually pretty far into the game after. Although I remember my favorite DeMarcus Cousins ejection of all time is not the one where he got unejected and came back in. That was a famous game in Golden One Center's history. He scored like 50 points in that game or something, and he got unejected, so he comes running out of the tunnel after being ejected, and fans are cheering. It was a crazy game. It was a crazy game because he got ejected for throwing his mouth guard, which he didn't mean to. I think he just turned his head and it flew. I don't remember. It was
which
just
half the time
But they went to review and they overturned it.
It was a whole thing. But if I'm not mistaken, it was the general manager of the Golden State Warriors, Michael Dunleavy Jr., pissed DeMarcus Cousins off so bad in one game. This was in Arco Arena, and I remember it vividly. Dunleavy got in DeMarcus's head and then hit DeMarcus. DeMarcus is playing defense on Dunleavy, puts a shoulder into him. DeMarcus kind of shoves him back. DeMarcus gets a tech. And they started jawing at each other. Now, normally, like this is a wrestling term, but normally when stuff like that happens and the job's unfinished, there's a receipt coming your way.
Yeah.
Right? So, hey, later in the game, I'm going to come back and I'm going to get you with something.
Yep.
I'm going to get mine. I'm going to get mine in. But you usually don't do it right away because everybody's watching you.
Mm-hmm.
So that happens. The very next possession with the Kings on offense, we're all staring at DeMarcus Cousins, who runs right up to Dunleavy and just pow right into his chest. Easy ejection.
He don't care.
He's tossed.
Yeah.
Come on, Boogie.
I'd do that.
Everybody saw it.
That's actually really funny.
It was one of my favorite DeMarcus Cousins ejections. DeMarcus also almost full-on punched Steven Adams in the back of the head and then realized it was Steven Adams.
It's a big dude. Steven Adams, a big dude.
Steven Adams fell around his leg and DeMarcus turned to swing.
And it's like, nah.
I was like, oh, that's Steven Adams.
Yeah.
Didn't swing.
Not going to do that.
But I'll tell you what, one of the bravest men in the NBA, Marcus Smart, picked a fight with DeMarcus Cousins.
But that's who Marcus Smart is that. Like at Oklahoma State, we've known this
Marcus Smart is a fighter.
And that's why I like him.
Marcus Smart and DeMarcus Cousins got into it in Boston.
Yeah, I love it.
It got scrappy.
Yeah, DeMarcus Cousins has a body count. He took out, was it Jonas Jerebko, I think? He's got a body count of people.
He's feisty. He always has been. Always has been.
I'm trying to remember. There was an incident, though. Was it Buddy Hield? I think Buddy Hield famously hit DeMarcus Cousins in the junk.
Oh, God.
When they were teammates?
No. Oh, man.
This was young Buddy on...
Oh, they got traded for each other. What am I talking about?
This was young Buddy in New Orleans, I believe, before the trade. And I'm pretty sure Buddy is coming off of DeMarcus is trying to screen Buddy Hield, and Buddy just with his arm, pow, right between the legs.
Man, 2016, there a lot of below the belt hits.
The Golden One Center opened with a lot of fireworks. Let me tell you that first season in the Golden One Center with DeMarcus there was quite the season. Matt Barnes was part of that team. That team had Ty Lawson on it. That team could have made the playoffs.
Kings.
What was that? 2016,
something like that.
2017 Kings. That's probably just a who's who of people.
I also remember opening night of the Golden One Center was against the San Antonio Spurs, and I'm pretty sure Kawhi Leonard went off in that game against Sacramento to open up their new building. Yeah, so I'm surprised. I mean, I'm not surprised DeMarcus isn't on this list because DeMarcus got technical fouls 30 seconds into games, but I don't remember
Not
DeMarcus ever
ejections.
getting ejected until it was like late or something.
Doesn't
silly.
mean he didn't get ejections, just not the fastest.
Yeah, it's just not the fastest.
Also, Costa Kufas, Kayla's favorite player, was on that team.
Oh, yeah.
I love Costa.
Baby.
You gotta beat
Gollum,
Costa.
what'd you call him?
What? So I can say, like, hey,
No.
I was rude when I
No,
saw
he's-
your picture?
Because you'd really like him.
Oh, I'm sure I would.
He's such a nice guy.
No, I bet you I would.
You walk into the studio and you go, huh?
Well, sorry, I wasn't expecting that.
Jesus, Scalabca, who's still in the league, was on that Kings team. he didn't play on that team. How is he still hanging around?
I remember the summer of Scalabca
The summer of Scalabca.
when he bulked up and everybody thought, oh my God, Scalzi jacked. He's going to be amazing.
That's
Well,
not always the way to go, by the way.
Yeah, that didn't work out.
What? Because I was singing the summer of
Yeah,
69?
you tried to do it, and then you realized LaBCA doesn't work.
Summer of Labiskia.
Scal. You went with Scal at first, and then
I should have just said summer of Scallop. Was he ever nicknamed Scallops?
No.
Oh, I would have nicknamed him that.
If
What's up,
anybody
Scallops?
called him Scallops, he would retire immediately.
I would say that to him. What's up, Scallops?
Let's see if he has any nicknames on Basketball Reference.
I love Scallops.
The 916 says that Dennis Schroeder apparently also hit Boogie between the legs.
That does not surprise me. And Schroeder pretty much comes up to that area anyway.
That was unnecessary. This show started with someone calling you 4'8".
Exactly.
And you're gonna
Right.
do that to Dennis
That's
Schroeder?
Right. That's right.
Why isn't Dennis getting astray?
I don't know. Just was on the tip of my tongue.
Hey, he's 6'1".
Dennis is short.
Is he?
Dennis
Apparently.
be short.
Poor Dennis. Leave Dennis alone. Well, there you go. The fastest ejections in NBA history. We'll take the break. When we come back, are the Sacramento Kings relegation zone bound? Can we find 3 teams that will be worse than the Sacramento Kings next
Oh my
season?
God, we're desperate.
We're going to do it. We're looking at this. Let's make the case for 3 teams that the Kings are better than next season. Plus, I think the Eastern Conference is becoming deeper than the Western Conference, and that's even before LeBron is heading over there. We'll talk about that next. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports is taking over NBA Summer League. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, July 13th through the 17th. Presented by Power Business Technology. Over the air, online, and on location, Sactown Sports 1140 is your eyes and ears for all things Sacramento Kings this summer.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
Patrick was way behind on his IRS taxes.
I was in way over my head. The total amount ended up being somewhere just over $30,000. $30,000.
Then the IRS came to collect.
Started getting letter after letter. A lien had been filed against me. They were going to basically hang me completely out to dry.
He had to do something.
That's when I reached out to Optima Tax Relief.
Patrick's life quickly got a lot easier.
It was very easy, pretty much hands off. They picked up the ball and ran with it.
And how'd it go?
I couldn't believe it. I had to ask 2 or 3 times. I saved an incredible amount of money.
How does Patrick feel about Optima?
Couldn't be happier. They definitely helped me. Optima Tax Relief, the best place to call. They're the best in the business.
Do what Patrick did and call Optima Tax Relief for a free consultation. Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. Optima Tax Relief. Testimonial from an actual client. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
This is the story of the one. As a maintenance engineer at a beverage manufacturing plant, he starts his day knowing every line is ready to run because Grainger delivers the industrial-grade products he needs to keep mixers, conveyors, and packaging equipment moving. With Grainger's vast selection of bearings, belts, and motors, he keeps operations running smoothly, so nothing grinds to a halt. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729 or visit us at powercopiers.com.
We wouldn't be celebrating America 250 if it wasn't for a strong foundation set by the framers. Hamilton built America's financial foundation on sound money, later embodied by the gold standard. But we abandoned that discipline in 1971 and have seen inflation erode the dollar's value. What's the foundation of your savings? Is it gold or something that can be devalued? Hi, it's Dr. Ron Paul, and I encourage you to speak with my friends at Birch Gold Group about diversifying an existing IRA or 401k into a tax-sheltered IRA in gold. Learn more by requesting a free info kit on gold IRAs. Just text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Let Birch Gold help you build your foundation with gold. Text the word SECURE to the number 989898. Text SECURE to 989898.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm feeling petty today. You know?
You taking that title away from me?
I know. No, you're aggressive. I'm petty.
Yeah, you're also petty.
Are you petty? Right? No, well, you have been petty. Today you're definitely more aggressive. I'm taking the petty route.
I could fight someone right now.
I'm very aware.
Should we do something like inside look at the break and then get like someone to come in here and fight me?
What?
Yeah.
You're saying just broadcast during the break and then have a 4-minute fight?
Perfect.
Who?
Just don't touch my face.
What?
So no face punches, just body shots?
I just went to the dentist. I don't want my teeth knocked out.
So you want to fight, but you want rules?
Yeah, or if it's like a boxing fight.
Yeah, what do you mean? UFC has rules. Boxing has rules.
Sanctioned match. Yeah.
We need to have
one of those rules is not don't punch me in the face.
Well, give me some gloves then, and we'll put the headgear on, like boxing.
I'm very tempted to ask the question, who would she want to fight? But I don't know if we
Oh, it doesn't include anyone here.
So
it includes people in my old market.
So we're going to fly
flying them out? Like an Instagram model? Hey.
That dude would never come and fight me. Because I would literally lay his ass on the ground. Sorry, not sorry.
I think budget-wise, we probably have to pick someone in the building. One of the people downstairs just, hey.
I can't do that to people I like.
Uh-oh, Matt's texting
Hey, blankety blank. This is Matt George from Sactown Sports.
Matt probably knows who it is.
Would you like to fly out to Sacramento to fight Kayla Anderson on stream? Send.
Perfect.
So, Matt, why are you feeling petty today?
My pettiness is sports related. I want to dissect. I want to go through all the other stinky teams in the NBA and say why they're going to be relegation zone teams and the Kings aren't. That's what I want to do.
I thought maybe
I don't want to fight anybody.
That's totally fine.
Thought maybe it had something to do with your golf tournament thing tonight.
No.
By the way, we do need to figure out who you're playing with at some point.
Yeah, I do. I'm going to air these people out. I don't know who they are. They seem. I mean, every single time I've golfed with people that I don't know, it's always a good time.
Well, sometimes it's the best way to go.
Yeah.
But do all the other guys always just play together?
For the most part, yeah.
Well, Dave's out of town this week.
Yeah, I kind of might have sent an email to the commissioner like, "Hey, yo, can I play with my friends?" He's like, "Okay, next time." Yeah.
Hey, no Dave this week, so it's open.
That is true.
No Dave. Scott Marsh is out. It's just me, Jim, and J. Ross today. Not playing together. We're all different
You should have been on the same team. This was the day to do it.
Crazy, right?
Jeez Louise. Radio celebrity death match.
Hey.
And by the way, I bring accessories.
Kayla, so...
No, you don't want me to cut that one.
In a Kayla-sanctioned fight, Kayla, you cannot punch Kayla in the face because she just went to the dentist.
It's the one thing.
But she's allowed to have rings
Plus, it's my
on her
moneymaker.
fingers. She's allowed to... You're in radio. We're all on radio.
Well,
what
I
are we
used to
doing
be
here?
in TV.
I know.
Yeah, radio is YouTube now,
That's true. The camera's always on. Camera's always on.
Well, not during breaks, but it will be if Kayla can get this fight sanctioned.
It's a good thing that we...
Dude, when my switch goes on,
as soon as
you have no idea who I am.
As soon as Kayla hits the turn mic
no,
off
I feel
button,
like I do have an
I
idea.
am a whole different person.
As soon as we go off the air, I put a helmet on. I have no idea what's going to happen.
I would never do that
No,
to
you're not
you
throwing
guys,
punches
though.
at me. I'm just ducking and covering from whatever you've got ready for you.
Because I do throw things.
Because a lot of times this is how it works. Hey, we'll be right back after this. Boom, go to break. Okay. Whoa. What's happening now?
That's because Matt pulls up the text line.
Yeah.
It's a good limited fake, Kayla. Just, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So what I was saying was, oh God, I'm sorry. What were we
That was
saying?
a crazy voice crack.
Oh
my
God,
gosh.
he's so nervous.
I'm scared, man. We go to break, and I might not make it back. One of these breaks, we're gonna come back from break, and I'm gonna be gone, and you're not gonna know. We're gonna come back from break, and Kayla's gonna put on her sweet voice. Hi, welcome back into Kayla and Kyle now.
Matt's gonna be under the table.
Matt is currently indisposed because
Kayla,
he had the audacity of calling me 5'4", so I killed him.
Kayla, what was that noise Matt was making?
Yeah, what did I do?
Well, I can't remember what I said.
My voice cracked.
I can't remember now.
What happened? What did I sound like? It's a pretty good impression.
That sounded like that one character from Family Guy.
Every time Kayla does an impression of me, it sounds completely different, and that's my favorite part. Kayla's impression of Matt George is different just depending upon the energy of the situation.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and now Kayla's typing to the chat. Oh no.
Well, someone said I'd like to hear from Kayla's brother or male cousins, and I said, "Oh, you don't want to hear from my brother. He has stories for days. He still holds it against me."
Have you scarred him physically and emotionally?
Yeah.
Yeah, I would imagine.
Maybe we could get him in here to fight you.
He is a big dude.
Familiar opponent, though.
But I know where to hit him hard.
Exactly. And no face.
We could, this is the nerdiest thing on the planet because you're talking about actually fighting. But I did stage combat in college. We could do a kick-ass video.
Let's do it.
Of you just beating the crap out of me and me selling it. 'Cause
Okay.
I know how to. You're way too excited about this. Her face lit up. Let's do a video. Okay, I'll kill you.
We could do, but you could teach me how to do stage combat. Now,
Well,
I can't.
Here's the thing.
Can't say I'm going to follow all the rules.
Well,
but
that's the problem. The thing about stage combat that Kayla is not going to like. Now, stage combat and wrestling are very different. I'm not talking about like WWE wrestling, but it's like a branch of it. The thing about stage combat that you will not like is that in stage combat, the victim controls it.
Oh, that's stupid.
I knew you wouldn't like that because, for example, when you're doing a hair pull in stage combat, the way it works is you fake grab my hair, which is like you just basically put a fist on my head. So you make a because theater.
But you couldn't do it. Well, I'm saying because you don't have like long hair. I have a ponytail.
You can. Kayla just said she can't. Come on.
Matt, that's not going to work.
You can grab.
Okay, but that's really
something.
going to hurt you.
But that's not stage combat.
Nice hair, by the way. Static electricity.
Kayla just killing
We
my
could
self-esteem.
we could give you a wig for it.
No. The way stage combat works, because everything in theater, you have to do it really over the top so everybody knows what you're doing. So you do like a very open hand, right? And then you go like you're going to grab the top of the head and you just do a fist on top of the head. So basically you would just lay a fist. Shut up. You just lay a fist like
You want me to try it?
Sure.
Okay.
Hold on. Sorry, radio
So I
audience.
go like this.
So yep. And then, well, don't actually.
Jesus, Kayla.
You almost hit me. So basically, you do an open hand and then basically a fist on top, like you're grabbing the hair. And then what I do is I grab your hand like this, and then I move like you're yanking my hair, and then I sell it. That's how stage combat works.
I don't know if I can act, man.
That's
it's just too hard for me.
So
yeah, you almost hit him in the head.
I know.
Thankfully, she hit my headphones.
I did.
But yeah,
I
she
wasn't
almost
gonna hit him,
Hit
but
me in the head.
You
basically did.
That's hard though, because you're acting and you want to do the real thing.
Yeah, you want to punch somebody.
Yes.
Right.
Being the victim is way more fun in stage combat than being the aggressor.
Dork.
It's way more fun because you get to do everything. Like I learned how to fall downstairs. I learned
That is crazy.
How to like hit a table. I learned so much fun.
That is kind of cool.
It's
I'd
also
be
fun.
interested in doing
One
that.
of my favorite lessons that we did is how to use fake blood properly.
Yeah.
Which
is what?
So like the blood packet. There's
Yeah.
blood packets that you bite into in your mouth, and so it start to pool up in your mouth, which it tastes gross, by the way. And then you would punch me, and the classic Rocky, like your face goes to the side and blood comes out, and like that's you learn how to
crazy.
do that with blood. It looks so cool. It's so much fun to do.
That is crazy.
Yeah, Kayla.
I need to see
immediately. We
old-
tried one basic stage combat thing, and Kayla almost hit me in the head.
I know. Sorry, guys. I didn't mean to
Well,
do
they
that.
probably liked it. What is this show coming to?
Sometimes
well, apparently you guys fighting each other.
No, Kayla, it started from the beginning, man. Kayla's just been in a fighting mood from the beginning.
Sorry, guys. It's just that kind of week.
That kind of week. Anyway, hey, are there 4 or 3 teams in the NBA worse than the Sacramento
I
Kings?
am really interested in how this is going to go.
Let's try and find them.
Speaking
Holy
of fighting,
smokes.
the fight out of the relegation zone.
Because in jest, like it's all in fun, but in reality, like that's what the season is going to be for the Sacramento Kings. It's developing the young guys. Hopefully, Darius Acuff Jr. is really good and really fun, and the Kings establishing the identity. But winning this season for the Sacramento Kings is winning enough games to avoid the bottom 3. Like that is winning with this new draft lottery system. For those who don't know what the relegation zone is, what the hell are they talking about? In the new draft lottery system, basically now the golden spots are spots 4 through, is it 10 or 12? I think it's 4 through 12, if I'm not mistaken. It's 4 through 10. Thank you. And that gives you essentially 3 ping pong balls for the number 1 overall pick. It just gives you the best odds. Numbers 1, 2, and 3, which used to be the best spots,
Are now
now
the worst.
well, they're not the worst necessarily. They are. You get 2 ping pong balls, as does spots 11 through 14. And then spots 15 and 16 only get 1 ping pong ball, but spots 15 and 16 are the teams that make the playoffs via the play-in, if I'm not mistaken.
No, it's just the 8 seeds.
Oh, the 8 seeds, excuse me.
Good
Yeah.
Lord, now you're confusing me again.
Welcome to the it's just the draft.
I thought this was easier.
It's
It
real.
is.
It's real simple. Everyone's got the same odds, except 4 through 10 have slightly better odds.
Yes.
4 through 10.
So
4 through 10
Okay.
is technically where you want to be.
So you're bad enough to be 4 through 10, which is not a play-in team, but not the bottom 3. That's where the Kings theoretically want, well, they'd like to be a playoff team and a championship contender, of course, but that's just not realistic. Theoretically, while getting Darius Acuff some reps and establishing and building the identity that they want to establish, they want to end up with the 8th worst, 9th worst record. Like, that'd be a great spot for them to end up being, where they win enough games to avoid the relegation zone outright. and build momentum for themselves, but don't win too much to where they're in no man's land and don't get the help that they need, right?
Also, there's just a couple random exceptions. Like Washington can't have the 1 pick, Utah can't have a top 5 pick, and
that's right.
If you finish in the relegation zone, the lowest you can fall is 12, I think.
And then isn't there something now in there that if you by any means, there was another thing, like if we do see...
Silver has the power to change the odds if he sees that you're tanking.
That's what it was.
Yes.
That's what it was.
They have they have the potential, which is why this entire system is so dumb, because why wouldn't you just
why are you doing that?
But I actually do like the system. I think it's going to be better in general for the viewing experience in the NBA. I'm excited to actually root for wins for the Sacramento Kings again and not have to worry about in February and March, hey, the Kings need to lose more. I'm glad we're not in that. Unless, I guess, the Kings are in that 10th spot and it's like, that we don't want them to win up there to 11, but you know what I mean.
I don't know if it's going to be year 1, but there's going to be a time where a team tanks to avoid the play-in. That's going to happen at some point.
That might. Yeah. And if it happens, then the league will address that how they may. By the way, just a friendly reminder, in 45 minutes from now at noon, Scott Perry will be speaking. Kings General Manager Scott Perry will be speaking to the media about all the free agency stuff going on. We will take that press conference for you live here on Sactown Sports. Again, that is going to be at 12 o'clock.
Real quick, can we do something? We can talk about it coming back from break, but I'm willing to do something. I just was challenged with something. I'm willing to do it on air.
I have no idea what that means. We'll find out later. Or should we find out now?
We can wait.
Okay. It's called a tease.
All right, a tease. Well, I'm teased
too. I got
too,
sidetracked.
I have no
Someone
idea
said
what's
I had
going on.
ADHD the other day. So.
Oh, okay. Well, when we come back from whatever the break that we'll take in 7 minutes or whatever, we'll find out what the hell Kayla's talking about.
But for now, we're going to find out if there's any teams that are worse than the Kings.
I'm having a hard time with this one.
Yeah, so just first off, I think the East in general might end up being deeper than the Western Conference. The top of the West is really, 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 really good. We know OKC, San Antonio, really good. I know the Utah Jazz are moving on up, and the Denver Nuggets still exist. And I'm not saying there aren't really, really good teams in the Western Conference, but the East is going to be pretty darn good with Detroit, with Boston, New York, Cleveland. We'll see about Toronto and Atlanta, but Philly should be better. The Hornets are on the up and up. The Miami Heat just got Giannis. The Indiana Pacers were second to last, and they're expected to be back in the conversation for a title contender with Tyrese Halliburton being healthy and back, and that team being back to what they were a couple of years ago. The Washington Wizards were in dead last, and now they've added Anthony Davis, A.J. DeMonsa, and Trae Young. So that's a team that should be better as well. The East, I think, is going to be very, very deep. But what we're looking for here, we're trying to find 3 teams that we can make a good case that the Sacramento Kings should be / will be better than. And it's going to be a lot easier said than done. I think one of the first teams that comes to mind for me immediately is Milwaukee, considering they just traded Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, they still have Tyler Hero. They have good players. But because the East is deeper, I think Milwaukee should be pushed down. I also think Brooklyn should be in that conversation. Yeah. I would put Chicago ahead of the Sacramento Kings. That's just me personally.
Is there a reason, though?
Because I like Caleb Wilson a lot.
Yeah.
I think Josh Giddey is a good player, even if I'm not the biggest fan of him. I think Josh Giddey is a good player. I like what Chicago...
New head coach, though.
Yeah, I like what Chicago's doing.
They've had 3 years of accumulating young players.
Sure, I get that part.
The Kings have only had 2.
Shockingly, the Kings and Bulls, who are basically just copies of each other in different conferences, might end up being kind of neck and neck on this list.
The other weird one is that Milwaukee and Brooklyn also don't have their own draft picks.
Right.
So, I mean, they might just suck anyways, but they have no incentive to just outright, fight for a 4 through 10 situation.
I definitely think the Bucks are in there. I think Memphis is always an easy target.
That's what I was going to ask.
I really do. I think I can see it, but I can also see them.
But Memphis is physical.
They are, and
Cam
they
Booth
have
is good.
They have some really. They do actually have some good young talent. Mm-hmm. It's a matter of how it all comes together. And by the way, did you see D'Angelo Russell's going there?
Yes.
Goodness gracious! And
He'll get bought out.
He's like, I'm not done yet.
Wherever I go, I'm still dangerous.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm also interested with Ja not there and not all that stuff surrounding Ja and everything, because it's just been like that. It's like they couldn't get out of their own way in terms of just getting beyond that. It's kind of just a new young core. So, yeah, they definitely could be in that mix. But then I also think maybe they'll surprise a few people and maybe not be in that bottom three.
The way I look at it, there are two teams in each conference that I'm most hopeful will be below the Kings.
Mm-hmm.
In the East, it's the Bucks and it's the Nets.
Yeah.
In the West, it's the Grizzlies, although I think you can make a case that team is going to not be good, but I think they're going to be physical as hell and beat the crap out of you. Like, that might be what the Grizzlies are all about, and that could be kind of fun.
They're also much deeper than the Kings.
Yes, they are much deeper.
Thanks to all those guys they got for Jaren Jackson.
And the Kings historically struggle with physicality. Now, this is not a head-to-head battle. The Kings only play the Grizzlies 2 to 3 times, probably 3 times this upcoming season. But Memphis is in there, and then I guess the other one is New Orleans. Like, outside of those two, Dallas is going to be better than the Kings. The Utah Jazz are moving way up. The Jazz were last place in the West last year. They're moving way up. Golden State, unless they get hurt, Golden State's going to be good.
Clippers?
The Clippers, maybe.
He says if they don't get hurt.
But I mean, that's true. If
they're
Steph Curry plays more than 50 games, the Warriors would be significantly better.
But there's
than the Kings.
other,
But that's a big if, of course.
There's also always that one team that just has catastrophic injuries.
So that's the thing that I was going to say. There is going to be one team, guys, that was not supposed to be in that area that is going to be in that area.
It was the Pacers last year. It was the 76ers when they got Edgecombe. It was the Warriors when they got James Wiseman. There's always one every year.
There are two teams that I know are better than the Kings that I just don't believe in. One of them I believe in a lot less than the other one, and that's in the West, the Phoenix Suns. I could see the Phoenix Suns being a team that just falls off a cliff.
I felt like that last year, though. They were supposed to be right there where the Kings were.
And they were 45 and 37.
Right.
They were a good team last year. But did they super overperform? Because Dylan Brooks had a phenomenal year. Devin Booker has had an injury history. But like the Suns, don't get me wrong, the Suns should be better than the Kings. But if you were to tell me, hey, I'm Matt George from the future, and like 10 months from now, or 9 months from now, the Suns ended up having one fewer win than the Sacramento Kings, I wouldn't be shocked by it, not because the Kings won a lot of games, but just because the Suns dipped down. The other team is Orlando. I don't know how much I should trust Orlando, but also Orlando's a better team than the Sacramento Kings. So I would expect the Magic to finish higher in the standings overall than Sacramento is going to. Those are some like on the cusp, like tweener teams that if they were to fall, the Kings could catch them in my mind. But really, the Kings are battling with Brooklyn, Milwaukee, Chicago, Memphis, and New Orleans to avoid that bottom three.
And it is funny when you say, let's see, you said Brooklyn, right?
Yep.
Young team, not as they've got some players that are a little bit more seasoned than the Kings, but at the same time, still pretty new.
I think the Kings are better than the Nets.
Yeah. And then you said, what was the other team?
Milwaukee.
Milwaukee and the Bulls.
Chicago, yeah.
So it's funny because you look at all those teams, they all really had top 10 picks.
Yep.
And to me, it's like, okay, how do those top 10 picks perform? And how influential can they be? And I know I'm not saying they take over the whole team and they make the team what it is, but it will be interesting in terms of the battle for being out of the three can come down to how these young talents performed this season.
I think the Brooklyn Nets are going to trade Michael Porter Jr. this season. I think they might regret not doing that already because he had really, really good value at the trade deadline. Maybe there just wasn't what they were looking for out there. But I think the Nets are going to trade Michael Porter Jr. And then if he stays healthy enough to be traded, I think the New Orleans Pelicans are going to trade Zion.
Yeah.
So those are two teams that I almost want to pencil in as bottom three. And Sacramento just has to fight Milwaukee and I guess Memphis to avoid that bottom 3. I don't think the Chicago Bulls are a bottom 3 team. I like the Chicago Bulls a lot. I like Caleb Wilson. I like what they're doing. So I think the Chicago Bulls are going to be a bad team. I think they'll be like the 13th in the East, but I don't think they're going to be a bottom 3 team. Me personally, but I like the Bulls.
I mean, the more we talk about it, I think the more doable it is to just barely escape the bottom 3, the relegation zone. But it's going to have to, they can't be getting into, I mean, the start of the season might be what it is.
Yeah.
But at some point, you got to start to see growth with the team.
So the bottom 3 teams last season were the Washington Wizards with 17 wins, the Indiana Pacers with 19 wins, and the Brooklyn Nets with 20 wins. But that's with obvious,
tanking.
Blatant tanking.
Yep.
If we were to set a number for what we think is the number of wins you need to avoid the bottom 3, do you have to get to 30? Might not be that high. Maybe high 20s?
I think high 20s at least.
So,
because again, all this stuff has changed.
So the non-play-in teams in the West were 26 wins, 26 wins, 25 wins, 22 wins, 22 wins. In the East, 32, 31, 20, 19, 17. So it might be maybe 27 wins might avoid the relegation zone barely.
What did they have again this year?
Who?
I've already forgot.
The Kings?
I've already chose to forgot.
The Kings were 22 and 60.
Yeah.
Tied with the Jazz in the bottom of the West.
So
Point
22 wins.
So I think like the number might be like 28 wins. Get to 28 wins, and that might be enough to avoid the relegation zone.
Mm-hmm.
I think the Kings can win 28 games. Right? Come on. They can, right?
I mean, right now, I feel good. I'm feeling optimistic.
Kings general manager Scott Perry will speak with the Sacramento media about free agency at noon. We'll carry that full press conference for you right here on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports. Coming up next, it's our World Cup date, and it's a sad day in the World Cup. I'll explain why next on Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports is taking over NBA Summer League. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, July 13th through the 17th. Presented by Power Business Technology. Over the air, online, and on location, Sactown Sports 1140 is your eyes and ears for all things Sacramento Kings this summer.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
My buddy dies. I show up to the funeral. Open casket. We're still doing that? I've never understood open casket. I don't get it. It's like, you told me he was dead. I believed you.
From the Monday Morning Podcast, his hit film Old Dads, and his latest Grammy-nominated special on Hulu, comedian Bill Burr, coming to the venue at Thunder Valley, Saturday, July 25th, with all new material. Get tickets at ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss Bill Burr.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Most golfers practice their swing, but ignore the body swing in the club. We help golfers move better, get stronger, reduce pain, build power, and play longer. Join us for a free trial week and see how golf-specific training can help you support your body and your game. Try a class, meet the team, and find a right program for your goals. Call 916-802-5175 or visit golffitnesssolutions.com. Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
Maida Subaru says yes to big savings on the new Subaru you want during the sizzling summer sales event on now. Visit MaidaSubaru.com today for special spring savings on over 225 new and certified pre-owned Subarus.
Made a great deal at Maida.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
Whether it's date night, family night, or buddy night, Hagen Oaks has a bay for you. Reserve one of 3 Top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. through hagenoaks.com, and only those 3 bays are reservable. The rest of the driving range is still open for walk-ups. Play golf on world-famous courses while the kids try interactive games. Head to the Hangout for great food, cold drinks, and live sports on the TVs. Add monthly live music and putting tournaments, and you've got more than a driving range, you've got a night out. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Swing by and swing away.
This Green and Gold Injury Report update is brought to you by the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. If you've got an injury, just call Gingery. Tough news on the injury front. Brent Rooker, who was rehabbing his left knee bone bruise, is now set to have season-ending surgery. The procedure is set to take place during the All-Star break at Stanford and will keep him out for the remainder of the 2026 season. Rooker hit 30 home runs last year and will be sorely missed in the lineup for the remainder of the year.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms?
At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end.
Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
A.m. to 2 p.m. Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
It's a very sad day today in the World Cup. Because there are no World Cup games. First time in like a month.
But there's Wimbledon.
There is Wimbledon. There is tennis. No Summer League
Coco Gauff
basketball either today. Yeah, Coco Gauff is...
I guess this is previously recorded, technically.
Oh, is this?
Yeah.
Oh, well, it says
London.
previously recorded in the upper right corner, so I guess I could
She's
read
having
that.
a good tourney, though.
So I guess, yeah, you do have Wimbledon. You have Wimbledon tennis. You've got baseball tonight, but no World Cup action.
Oh, in about an hour, though, San Francisco Giants, Logan Webb on the bump. Your second to last place Giants.
Can't wait to watch Logan Webb pitch a gem and get no run support.
They're in Detroit still, right?
No, that's the A's.
That's the A's.
Oh, that's the A's.
Yeah, the
So
Giants are playing Toronto.
Yeah,
That's
the Blue
right.
Jays.
Which I think Dylan Cease is pitching too, so no run support coming for the Giants.
Nice 1-0 game, just like classic Giants baseball goes. All right, let's dive into your World Cup date, though, because it was a busy day yesterday, and there's some off-field controversy again to talk about.
Jeez Louise.
First off, Switzerland defeated Colombia in penalties to punch the final ticket to the round of 8. So congratulations to Switzerland. The Egypt Football Association is demanding that the officiating crew, led by French referee Francois I have no idea how you pronounce his last name. Letixer? I'm sure it's pronounced something French.
It's usually like Sierre.
Francois
Lestier
will be Egypt is demanding that he and his crew be investigated for their overturned goal, which was via VAR, the review system. And also they want him to be removed as an official for the remainder of the World Cup.
What?
Now, if you watched, Egypt took a 2-0 lead on Argentina. Argentina ended up scoring 3 goals in like 15 minutes or 16 minutes, something like that. It was an insane finish for Argentina to advance and keep going. But before Argentina's explosion, Egypt scored again. And after VAR review, they disallowed the goal because of a foul that happened well before the goal. Well, not like super far, but a decent amount before the goal actually took place.
I was wondering what happened because it was on air when we were on air when it happened.
They took possession of the ball on a non-foul call and then scored the goal like 30 seconds later. So it was all one possession.
One build.
But yes.
But they disallowed the goal because they said it should have been a foul when Egypt took possession. A very controversial call, obviously pissed Egypt off. Completely changes the momentum of the match because the goal is disallowed. Argentina explodes. They get the win. Egypt is eliminated. I'm like torn on this because watching it back and seeing it, yeah, I get their point as to how the hell are you taking a goal away for something that happened 30 seconds on a completely different part of the pitch.
Yeah.
But at the same time, hey, maybe don't allow 3 goals in 16 minutes.
Yeah.
And you had a chance
Absolutely.
to win that game regardless of that goal. But I understand their gripe. I think it's a little extreme to call for essentially the job and an investigation into the referee. But a lot of people have been throwing accusations around of games being fixed and the agenda of who FIFA wants to advance. And I imagine more people are happy that Messi and Argentina are moving on than Egypt at this point.
Viewership's going to be probably a little bit better in the end if they continue to go to the final.
Well, that's the whole conspiracy. It's like, FIFA wanted Argentina to move on.
I get it.
Yeah.
Because Argentina's the big moneymaker at the tournament right now.
So that's the controversy happening off the field. Also off the field, Team USA, they've been eliminated. They gone. And now we're back to a very classic conversation/debate in American soccer, which is who is to blame or what is to blame for USA men's soccer, not women's, because women dominate. USA men's soccer frequently underperforming on the world stage. As athletes, or as a country, we turn out and produce some of the greatest athletes in the world. We see it in the Olympics every 2 years, 4 years, depending upon which summer or winter. How many golds and how the medal totals go in favor of the USA. We see it when when men's basketball, the USA national team plays we obviously have a tremendous amount of incredibly gifted athletes born and raised in this country. But US men's soccer has just never been able to compete at the level of some of these other countries and these other nations where, to be fair, in those countries, in a lot of those countries, soccer is absolute number one. And here in the United States, soccer just isn't. The debate is it because we have our other major American sports, so our best athletes are playing basketball and football especially, that's the reason why we're not competing in soccer? Or is it the fact that there is very much a pay-to-play model in youth soccer in America, where if your child essentially is good enough to play soccer at a high level, you have to pay a ton of money, thousands of dollars a year for travel fees and stuff. This has been a conversation for a long time.
But I get that. Let's be honest. This isn't all. I'm going through it with my nephew, who you have to play AAU.
Basketball.
And you know how much money goes into AAU?
Yes.
A lot of money. And he's only 11 years old and he's already starting think about that. So I don't really subscribe to this because I think there's other sports that you have to put money into American sports
for sure.
to get the most out of it or try to get the most out of it. I think that's kind of a little bit of an excuse for soccer. And I understand it's not cheap for soccer.
Yeah.
If you want to be at the I just think it's bigger in Europe. I just think it's bigger, better, badder in badass.
Yeah.
I just think that's how it is. And I don't think I think the sport's getting to that spot where it's becoming more and more popular. But at some point too, guys, I played soccer up to a certain point and then I went to my other sports. It's almost like in this country, it's a youth sport on how to be coordinated as an athlete, how to be a teammate. It's almost used as a starter kit in the US for youth.
For soccer,
and then they go on to other sports and excel.
It's very much
Do you get what I'm saying?
sport to run around and get your energy out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I want my son to play soccer just so he can run for 90 minutes straight.
It's also the Americans that are on the U.S. team were in Europe for much of their childhood.
Right, and the reason for that is because internationally, I would say professional development for gifted young soccer talent is more accessible in other countries due to their academy system. So in England, if you show that you have an incredible ability at a very young age, you can be essentially signed into a academy and developed and groomed and built as a professional soccer player and learn the game. in a way that's, I guess, again, I'm not an expert on the academy system and the prices of the academy system, but the experts will tell you, and there's articles on ESPN written about this right now. That model is, I guess, more achievable for the elite talent internationally than here in the United States, where if you show that kind of talent, well, yeah, but then your parents have to fork out thousands of dollars a year in order for you to travel and things like that. It's always a fascinating debate.
Yeah, I get it. I just think that there's a lot of sports that you have to fork out a lot of money for here, unfortunately. So I don't know. I don't think soccer is necessarily the exception. I think soccer is part of it. Like they're all expensive here if you want to start your kids at a young age. Because Kimberly just said mentioned about indoor soccer and how much that costs, you know, and I don't doubt it. I just feel like that's really how golf is like that here. That's why barely any, of these youth, kids can continue to play golf at a high level because that's expensive. It's just like everything here is so much more expensive. And you're right. They don't have necessarily the academy system where once you're identified as a talent, maybe you're not having to pay everything.
I think it's an interesting debate, an interesting conversation. But there's cost. Like my wife played travel softball. And travel softball is not cheap at all either. I got to cover Ayla Tua, who is heading to LSU. She was the Destiny Christian softball star that is going to be going to LSU next year and learning her story and covering her and talking to her mom, who's also her coach at Destiny Christian.
Yeah.
She plays for a travel ball team based in Los Angeles.
Yeah.
And she frequently has to fly down, and her family has to fly down to Los Angeles for her to get the, and now it's worked because she's one of the top softball talents in the country. But they've put a lot of money. They've invested a lot of money into that. And my wife didn't do anything near to that. But her family, who didn't have a ton of money, at times would have to travel to Reno or travel down to L.A. to play travel ball games. Like youth sports, period, in the United States are expensive. Everything is expensive in the United States. But it does seem like we do get in our own way at times as a country with the cost of youth soccer, and it holds back the opportunity for our best athletes to play the world's game, but also our best athletes want to play football.
They want to
here.
play other things.
Our best male athletes want to play football, want to play basketball. A lot of our best female athletes are playing soccer. Yeah. And women's soccer, Team USA is typically pretty dominant and wins World Cups. There's a reason for it. So I think that's an interesting debate. But that's your World Cup date. We'll take the break. When we come back, we'll pick a side next, including Donovan Mitchell's massive new deal with the Cleveland Cavaliers. And if we have time to it, Deion Sanders explaining why he's not in the new college football video game. Plus, Scott Perry, his press conference with the Sacramento media about free agency, live for you at noon, right here on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
With 25 award-winning years in Northern California, Ashton & Price is your local injury law firm. Pro attorney tip: if a firm presents as local but they're in LA, red flag. If your first consultation is not with a lawyer, big red flag. At Ashton & Price, your first consult is with a local attorney, and if serious injury prevents travel, a lawyer will come to you. Still not enough? George Washington's my uncle. At Ashton & Price, no red flags, just red, white, and blue.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Only one radio program captures the excitement of hunting and fishing as it happens. The award-winning California Sportsman with Sep Hendrickson. Only California Sportsman takes you where the action is. Live on the water, live in the blind, and live with the top pros and experts in outdoor sports. California Sportsman with Fishing Hall of Famer Sep Hendrickson is your premier destination for all things outdoors. Sep's Saturday Morning Outdoors. Ultimate Bass and California Sportsman, 5 a.m. to 8 a.m. Saturdays on Sactown Sports 1140.
Hey, I'm not one to say I told you so, but do you remember last year when I told you that Pure Talk was hands down the best wireless company that I'd ever used? Well, some of you were skeptical, but Consumer Reports just asked 120,000 people to rate every wireless company in America, including the big boys. Well, guess which company was the only company to get 5 stars in every category? Yeah, Pure Talk. Coverage, support, value, data. 5 stars across the board. No service contracts, no cancellation fees, just great U.S. customer service on a crazy fast 5G network for a fraction of what you've been paying. I'm not going to say I told you so, but I will encourage you one more time to dial pound 250, say micro, and switch to a 5-star American wireless company that won't let you down. Pure Talk.
Looking for family fun, thrilling baseball, and unforgettable memories? Come out to Sutter Health Park and catch the Sacramento Rivercats in action. Great games, great food, and great times await. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
T-Mobile has an exclusive bundle for customers 55 and up.
I'm Sarah Bowl.
Yeah, I'm Frank Bowl.
A reliable network is key for us. And with T-Mobile, it's been wonderful. And going to the 55-plus plan saved us so much money.
A lot.
And that's important. Trying to keep costs down. The home internet's been perfect. It's fast, it's quick. The setup was so easy, it took less than 15 minutes.
It was like, ta-da! If you want simplicity, coverage, reliability, you want the whole package, T-Mobile has it.
Right now, T-Mobile customers 55 and up can get 2 phone lines on America's best network, plus America's fastest 5G home internet for just $30 each.
$30 per month each line with autopay plus taxes and fees. Minimum age 55. Pricing for home internet rely on 2 lines of Essentials Choice 55. $35 connection charge per line required. Best mobile network and fastest 5G home internet based on analysis by Ookla of Speed Test Intelligence data 2H 2025. All rights reserved.
Skeeter here, my card. Field Tech, Sacramento Yellow Mosquito and Vector Control District. I never met a Culex terrasalis I didn't want to smack. That's Latin for mosquito. Hey, it's time again to fight the bite. Time to protect yourself from West Nile virus by applying insect repellent. Once a week, drain stagnant water and report dirty green swimming pools. Ew. They're breeding grounds.
The Sacramento Yolo Mosquito and Vector Control District reminds you it's time to fight the bite.
My card never gets old.
For more information or to report problems, go to fightthebite.net.
Pick a side, any side. It's time for Pick a Side on Matt and Kayla.
Yes, indeed, it is time to pick a side. Matt George, Kayla Anderson with you, and as always, we got our good friend and producer extraordinaire, Kyle Ledbetter, with us. Kyle, what we got on Pick a Side today?
All right, pick a side number 1. Donovan Mitchell signed his 4-year, $273 million contract extension with the Cleveland Cavaliers. Do we think this was, given his age and the fact that I think is going to be $68 million a year for Donovan Mitchell, was this the right move by the Cleveland Cavaliers?
I believe it is, because you have a star caliber player who's in their prime for a Cleveland Cavaliers team that very clearly is in a championship or bust, win now window, and they've been knocking on that door for a number of years. It was 2 seasons ago, I believe it was 2 seasons ago, that they were the number 1 seed in the Eastern Conference. So this is a team that has obvious title aspirations for the first time since LeBron was there, and who knows, LeBron could be coming back.
Yeah.
In the grand scheme of things, this deal will ultimately come down to, do they get it done or do they not?
Mm-hmm.
And so the final judgment, in my opinion, of this contract that they signed, because it's an expensive contract, and the last year of it is in 2030, 2031, a $75.5 million player option. Like,
wow.
That's how expensive it is at the end. Like,
I wonder if he's going to accept
smokes.
that.
I think he might. I think he might pick up that option.
And
like,
what age he would be, like 34?
It is. Yes, he'll be 34 during that season.
Mm-hmm.
It would, on paper, not knowing the context, seeing 34 years old and that much money, you're like, that could be problematic, and it very well may be. But the Cavs won't care if they win a title, or if they certainly won't care if they win 2. But if they win a title in the next 2-3 years, they won't care how much they're paying him at the end of it.
That's the point. I'm not saying it's the grandest decision ever.
Mm-hmm.
I understand the decision. Donovan Mitchell is their guy.
Yeah.
Remember, Darius Garland was traded, and Darius Garland was highly regarded in Cleveland. But they decided to trade him and keep Donovan because Donovan is their dude.
Yeah, all NBA, yeah.
Exactly. So I think it does make sense, because sometimes these organizations, especially at Cleveland's a mid-sized market, it's like if we have our guy here and we can try to continue to be in that window and maybe add LeBron this year, their sights are like title in the next couple of years. Okay, we could do it possibly, but Donovan's got to be here. So I get it. The price is disgusting, but I get it.
Donovan Mitchell's, really quick, Kyle, sorry. Donovan Mitchell's career earnings as of now are $188.3 million. That's his career earnings. By the end of his contract, according to Spot Track, his career earnings will total $511 million.
Make that
That's a
money.
massive deal.
Okay, $68 million a year is a lot of money, but analytically speaking, it's only like a $42 million contract, so I think they'll be able to make it work.
I'm okay with it. And I actually really like Donovan Mitchell,
I'm
too.
a huge fan of Donovan Mitchell, although we were talking about this during the playoffs, right? As much as, I love Donovan Mitchell a whole hell of a lot more than I love James Harden. And James Harden has more of a track record of flaming out in the playoffs. But there is that question mark with Donovan of can he get it done?
You've
this
said
contract very much puts even more pressure on. Man, they're paying you to win a ring in Cleveland. You better do it. But he's getting his money guaranteed regardless.
Remember when Donovan Mitchell and Ben Simmons were fighting over Rookie of the Year and Ben Simmons won it over him? That
Donovan Mitchell rookie season was awesome for so many reasons. One, because nobody saw the offensive explosion coming because he was considered to be a defender in college, so it caught everybody off guard. And I vividly remember he became a fan favorite and a star in Utah basically overnight. He didn't win Rookie of the Year, but then that summer he randomly showed up at some Jazz fans' 4th of July pool party because they invited him on Twitter and he just showed up. Donovan's awesome. I love Donovan Mitchell.
There was a kid who used to stand outside and high-five him when he walked in every game, and then he came back to Utah for the first time, and the kid was still there, and it was super sweet.
That's all. How much older was the kid, do you know?
Well, the kid was probably like 6 or 7 when they first started, so I think he was probably
That's cool.
Probably like 10 at that point.
Did you guys, side note, did you see the story about Jaylen Brown and the
I did.
Celtics,
I saw this morning.
The Celtics fan, the little boy
was
that's
so
like
cute.
a diehard Celtics fan that was heartbroken.
He was bawling
when he
in that
learned
video.
Jaylen left.
I always feel weird about those things because I'm like, parents, why are you filming your kid having a breakdown and posting it on the internet?
Because I do think they had a connection beforehand.
Yeah,
there was a connection. Yeah,
no, there is, but I'm like, why is your parent filming
I know.
this while you're
I get
crying
that.
and having a mental breakdown?
I get that. All right, next up.
Shannon Sharp and Devontae Adams, speaking of our last segment, say NFL players are better athletes than NBA players.
And this has been a debate that I have heard several times in different markets that I've been in. I don't know why this comes up.
It's such a broad term, athlete.
Right,
Though.
and
what
I
does
always
that mean?
and I've ended up working with a lot of former NBA players or basketball players, like college basketball or NFL players, and they debate about this all day. I don't really know where I stand on this, guys, because I honestly think you have to be just an elite athlete to do either.
Yes.
And both of them require different skills. Like, you have to be elite to get to that level.
Of course.
So I get football has more positions to argue about and to debate about, but when it comes down to it, you both have to have really good skills or be athletic to be able to play at that level. I don't know, because the question is better athletes. I just never have liked this debate.
I think it's a weird debate too that I also played the fifth on and back out on, because in general, I think both, if you're athletic enough to play in either the NFL or the NBA, you're a superstar in my eyes. You're just, because you're insane. And I will never forget when I covered my first NFL training camp and seeing these guys in person. Kevin John makes fun of me all the time because the first time I saw Nick Bosa in person, I was like, Jesus, that is a ginormous human being.
Wait till you see Derrick Henry in person.
Oh yeah, I've never seen Derrick Henry in person.
Crazy, man.
But linemen, these are guys that are almost 300 pounds that move unbelievably well, and they're unbelievable athletes. That's on the NFL side. NBA side, you have these tall freaks of nature that are super agile, and I would imagine if I'm sitting there moderating a debate between football guy and basketball guy, football guys going, we're tougher than you are because we have to take hits, and basketball guys going, yeah, but we get beat up when we're attacking the basket. And the basketball guy will go,
Sure.
well, we have more endurance than you do because you guys get to stop and go, and we are sprinting all the time. But football guy's going, yeah, but you're exhausted from it's a burst of speed every 5 seconds. So I think it's a dumb debate, but it's fun.
I know. And of course, whatever sport you played, those athletes are going to rep their sport and are going to say, no, this is the biggest sport in terms of being an athlete.
Yeah.
I could listen to it. I think it's funny.
That'd be a really entertaining TV segment. It's like a football star versus a basketball star. And just let them go.
We maybe could just have 2 of those people on our show and have them do it this summer. Jaybird Full says basketball needs more cardio, which is the hardest thing to cultivate.
Yeah, but football, you've got to perform after getting hit and then get back up and do it again.
Mm-hmm.
I will say, though, the gap between like most football players in height, which is like 6'5", and NBA players, which is like 7 feet.
Yeah.
Like to be 7 feet tall and doing the things NBA players are doing is insane.
I agree. An argument that I would make against that and I would naturally lean more towards basketball because I'm a basketball guy over a football guy, is if you are tall, you will have a very good shot in basketball. In football, height isn't necessarily everything. So you see a lot of really, really good football players that are just under 6 feet or just over 6 feet tall. That
Running
have
backs, in particular, too.
And I guess there's the point guard position. Guys like Jalen Brunson, who's 6'1", has to bust his ass to get to where he is. But in football, like height isn't necessarily everything. You have to be strong. You have to have.
It's big and strong for football. It's tall for basketball.
Yeah.
Like if you have that skill set, you'll probably make it pretty far. Like these edge rushers in the NFL, people know from the time they're 14 if they're going to make it to the NFL. 'Cause
Right.
It's like, are you big and strong? Yes.
What's your wingspan? Like,
yeah,
what's
you're
your
gonna
reach?
make it.
Yeah.
And load them with calories and let them bulk up the entire time. Yeah. It's a fun debate.
We'll have plenty of them to get to tomorrow because
we always get to like 2 or 3.
I know.
Lots more to get to. We'll take
We
the
got
break.
plenty more.
When we come back, we will hear from Sacramento Kings general manager Scott Perry about his free agency moves right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings at Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Hey, this is Jelly Roll. As many of you know, my song Winning Streak is about my own personal struggles with addiction. I first sought help for my addiction at 14 years old. Start your recovery journey. Choose a proven addiction treatment option that's right for you at ChooseChangeCA.org. The real you is worth recovering. Choose Change California provides access to proven treatment options for addiction to opioids and stimulants. ChooseChangeCA.org. This is your chance to recover your life.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-292-4541 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-292-4541. That's 800-292-4541. What do you have to lose? Call 800-292-4541. Again, 800-292-4541.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave, and yeah, I've been on the air here just shy of 25 years, and you guys know that when I endorse something, I have a few very important things. Number one, I love it when they're local. Number two, I have to be willing to use them myself. This is where Pest Pros came in, or comes in, I should say, because I've known these guys as Kings fans a long, long time. I also have a mouse problem at my house. I also have a cockroach problem at my house. And I did it the old-fashioned way. Went through Facebook, got a hold of these guys. We became friends. And when I found out what Pest Pros does in the community, I thought, I've got to have you guys on the air. We've got a partner. Locally owned, locally operated. Their kids go to school with your kids. You're going to get pest control somewhere. Get it with Pest Pros. Here's how you get a hold of them. PestProsPS.com or call them at 916-588-9345. That's 916-588-9345 and tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader. It's time for the lunch break. Your calls, your thoughts, your segment. Call or text us at 916-339-1140. It's the lunch break on Matt and Kayla.
We are standing by, waiting to hear from Sacramento Kings general manager Scott Perry. Now, we learned that this is a little bit different from his other media availabilities that we've carried earlier. Normally, it's a press conference setting. This one is, as we call in the industry, more of like a media scrum. Essentially, Perry's going to stand in one location and get swarmed, surrounded by Sacramento media.
Are they practicing?
Well, they are practicing
Okay.
right now before leaving for Summer League.
Yeah.
The Summer League team is, so I imagine it will be in the practice facility. We have Chris Watkins, Brendan Nunez, Frankie Cardicelli, our great crew on the Sactown digital side out there. As soon as they are all set up and Scott is ready to rock, we will have that for you here on Sactown Sports, your home of the Kings. Interested to hear Scott Perry's comments on the departure of DeMar DeRozan. I'm sure he'll have some nice things to say about DeMar and what went into that decision. The Precious Achiuwa re-signing, which I know a lot of fans are excited about because Precious was a great story last year and became a fan favorite. And then I'm curious to hear what he's asked about and what he has to say about Zach LaVine.
Yeah.
And potentially the backup point guard position as the Kings
I hope
still
those
have.
questions are asked.
I would imagine so, because
Yeah.
that's essentially, those are the biggest unknowns with what Scott Perry is trying to do right now that he could hopefully address to some extent today. But one thing that we got clarification on yesterday, Kayla, because we weren't entirely sure, Maxime Reynaud has been in France with the French national team, played really well for the French national team in their 2 qualifying games against Belgium, World Cup qualifiers. Oh, here we go. Never mind. We'll save that thought on Maxime Reynaud because Kings general manager Scott Perry is approaching the microphones right now. Let's head to the Kings practice facility.
I'm here to answer questions today. So with that, let's fire away.
First things, just your reaction to the team in the Cali Classic over the last few days, what you saw from the players, anyone, surprised you? What did you like?
Very encouraged. This group is beginning to start to create the identity that we want to have. We want to be one of the hardest playing teams in the league, competitive. I think you see the aggressiveness with this group is playing with. We're playing with some speed, with defending, making multiple efforts. So I like that. And I like the building camaraderie and connectivity that I'm seeing from Darius and Emmanuel Sharp. And even though Alex hasn't been able to play yet, but he's bringing that, from the sideline. And then, our returning rookies from last year who are now sophomores, and Neat Clifford and Dylan Cardwell. And so really encouraged, and the guys that we've, added on the Summer League roster. Everybody's really bought in and really like the effort that I'm seeing so far.
Kind of on that same point, Dylan, we talked to him after a couple of the games, and he really seems to have
taken it upon himself to kind of be that guy who's really embodying that identity. And he talked a lot about, not getting punked at home and things like that, as he put it. Just what's, having been around him for a while now, what does he provide to you guys, and just that mindset for such a young guy?
Well, I think his passion and energy are pure, and that's what you love about him. He cares about this team, this organization, and about establishing a winner here. And so we all embrace that. And it's important to have players like him that will take on any task that you ask of them and give their very best. And that's all you can ask any athlete. So having him around, his positivity, his consistency of not only effort, but energy, and what he pours into this building each and every day is infectious. And we need it. And we look forward to him growing even more in that capacity.
Can you walk us through the DeMar DeRozan decision and sort of what you guys think you're going to do there? And also, is that the only player you're considering buying out at this point?
No. First of all, let me say this about DeMar DeRozan. I've been in the league 26 years, and he was one of my favorite players to work with, by none. And I've worked with some great players, some Hall of Fame players during my career. But his professionalism, his leadership, the way he went about preparing for his job each and every day, exemplary, and how he poured into our young players last year, our rookies, was very important and very much appreciated. So, since the season is over, when we could start looking at different moves to make, we were trying to figure out ways how we could keep him. But as we all know, one of the things in this league, there is a financial component to this job. And so, unfortunately, we weren't able to figure out or do anything that would allow us to keep him from that standpoint. But I'm going to miss him. I'll be honest with you.
With Precious Achua and Daquan Plowden, Scott, can you talk a little bit about them and, their importance to your team?
Absolutely. Great to get Precious back here this year. That was very important to us because he had options, could have gone elsewhere, but he wanted to be here. I think he came here last year searching for a place that he could call home. He quickly established himself the way he competed each and every night at both ends of the floor. He's a versatile athlete. And again, I can't say it enough. I love having guys here that want to be here and that are invested in something that they think that they can build into something bigger than just themselves. And Precious embodies that. And Daquan Plowden, he should be an example to a number of players that are aspiring to be in the NBA. Hardworking. We brought him here last year on our summer league team, gave him an opportunity to compete. He caught our eye. We gave him a two-way contract coming out of summer league because he performed so well. And not only did he took that, went into the G League season, was one of the top performers in the G League. Anytime we had him play with the Kings, he brought effort and energy. And so, again, having people like that play hard every day, that compete, that will defend, that are about the team, you can't have enough of those guys. And so in my job, when you're able to reward somebody like that, that's very rewarding because that young man has worked extremely hard to get here, and we're so happy that we can have him back on this team.
Scott, we know what Bobby Jackson means to this franchise and his departure. What were those conversations like, and what are you guys looking forward to?
Well, Bobby will be with us through the summer until obviously he transitions out at the end of the summer. But Bobby obviously is a Kings legend, very important, great guy. I first encountered Bobby when I was assistant coach at Michigan, had to coach against him at Minnesota. So I still have some bad memories when they came in the Chrysler Arena and beat us for the Big Ten championship. But great guy. Wish him nothing but the best, and it was a pleasure getting a chance to work with him.
The first few weeks of free agency, obviously, when you ended the season ending press conference, you mentioned the financial restraints that you guys have and some of the restrictions that puts on you guys. This is your first week or so of free agency in this offseason. Do you feel like you're as limited still as you move forward?
Yeah, we knew obviously our situation going into the offseason, and so again, free agency is just a part of improving this basketball team. We obviously had the draft that we're extremely excited about, and you always have trade opportunities. So we didn't just weigh extremely heavy on free agency because we knew going into it we weren't going to be a big financial player, and that's fine. But we feel like we got better this offseason through the draft, and so we just look forward to this team really continuing to work together and see what we do when fall comes.
Can you follow up on Zach LaVine? What's the plan with him? Do you believe that he can be a major part of winning here, or is this kind of just maximizing flexibility and value?
Well, Zach and I have been in communication since the season is over. We have a very good relationship and good understanding. Zach is still an excellent basketball player. He knows what's expected of him coming back here this year. I'm very clear with him on that. He'll be the first to tell you that. And I think he's ready to come back and embrace that and perform to the best of his ability this year. So we can use a lot of the things that Zach LaVine is able to do on the basketball floor. So I'm looking forward to him taking a step forward with us this year and how we want to play the game.
Scott, we'll look at the point guard position. Darius Acuff, of course, is going to be your starting point guard after drafting him. But that backup position, is that someone that you possibly will look elsewhere for, or is that someone already on the roster?
We'll continue to evaluate that through the summer. Obviously we're getting ready to go to Las Vegas and watch summer league play there. So we'll be open to any opportunity to help gets us better, whether that is someone that's not currently on the roster, or maybe we feel that we have enough on our roster that we can kind of fill that gap or that void in terms of being a backup point guard. So that's a very important position, and we'll make sure that we give it the proper attention that we need to.
To follow up on options on the roster currently right now.
Well, I mean, I think Malik Monk has played it in the past. We've seen him do it a little bit. Nick Clifford, we auditioned him a little bit toward the year. In today's game, it's just you need multiple ball handlers on the floor who can just initiate offense. They may not all be quote unquote pure point guards. I think Darius is showing you quickly that he's going to be able to be that. But so anyway, there's a variety of ways you can go about filling that.
Is bringing Russell Westbrook back one of those options that kind of been considering that?
Russ has always been a favorite of mine, as you know that. Russell Westbrook probably outplayed a minimum contract, which all we have right now. So that's all I have really to say about him right now.
Scott, what do you say about players trying to make the squad like Markelle Sutton and what he's doing right now?
Love to see it. Again, I just mentioned about Daquan Plowden and his route. Markelle is coming here, and he's early on during the Cal Classic. He sees his opportunity. He plays hard. He's a team guy. He gives you effort and energy at both ends of the floor. So just really anxious to keep watching him throughout the course of the Las Vegas Summer League. And we'll see what transpires after that.
Going off of that, when you guys do head to Vegas and are out there, is there anything particular that you're looking from this team out there as far as their playing style? I know you have your pillars, but how are you going to be evaluating them in Vegas? And
just continue to play hard and compete and play tough, physical brand of basketball, and then offensively share the game. A lot of ball player movement, and so want to continue to see us build on that. I thought we saw some good stretch here, and just want to keep growing, see that cohesiveness come together. It's just for us, and what we're trying to establish here is that connectivity and that togetherness at both ends of the floor. So I just want to see growth in both areas.
It's changed in the NBA quite a bit over the past couple of weeks. What have you made of just some of the movement, and does it change the way you evaluate your own team and your own situation at all?
I mean, obviously, you guys have all seen the major moves that have been made around the league, but I stay laser focused on our team and where we're at right now, what we're able to do. And so that's what I'm most concerned with right now is just development of this younger core that we have this year, and having people around them that can help grow them and build them. So that's really what I'm focused on right now, and concern ourselves about Kings players and Kings basketball and compete the very best we can and hopefully make a step forward this year.
The discussion on maybe where Sabonis fits into this team and this roster. Where do you see the expectations for him coming into this season? Where do you see him fitting into your plan here?
He's going to come in and compete just like everybody else. Obviously, he's an excellent player. He's done it for a while in this league. I've been in constant contact with him as well in the offseason. Obviously, he missed a lot last year because he was not. And he's always played hard. And so I expect him to do that, provide some veteran presence for this team, and really have a tremendous rebound year and help us build some winning habits here and start heading in the right direction.
Scott, I know you mentioned trades, but I know you probably can't specifically say names, but what's the interest been around like from the league asking about your players?
But you can tell like the younger players on our team obviously created a lot of buzz around the league. So, but I don't want to get into it, much more than that. But the key when you're building a program, the more calls you get about players that you have on the roster, that means you're heading in the right direction. And I would say probably getting a few more calls now than I did when I first got here.
Seems like a lot of the moves that were made around the league have to do with the aprons that have been implemented. Just what's kind of your impressions now that they've been here for a while of how restrictive those are and the impact they've had on them?
Well, all 30 teams got to work by the same rules. That's my take on it. So I'm not someone to complain about it. If it was only for a certain set of teams, that'd be different. But all 30 teams have to work by it. You adjust, you move forward, and that's where we're at.
If fans are hearing this, maybe, and obviously you have 3 new players with your draft, and it seems like there might be a lot of continuity leading up, coming into training camp, which is still very far away.
Mm-hmm.
If they're hearing that, just knowing that what you guys have talked about in terms of being injury riddled, are you pretty comfortable, I guess, with the roster that's largely intact right now if you were to head into training camp?
I'm comfortable. Yeah, but we have to obviously be at 14. We're at 13 right now, so we'll be looking for a 14th player to add to the roster. But comfortable. Yeah, we'll be a lot younger this year than we were last year, but I think our effort and our energy will be far greater this year, and a chance to really watch these young guys grow and develop into eventually develop into a good basketball team.
I know Keegan's obviously was banged up last year, dealt with a lot of injuries. He's been around. What are you hoping out of him coming up into this season? It's a big year for him.
Just hoping for him to get back to how he broke into the league. Keegan is a highly sought after player too. You're talking about a 6'8", 6'9", two-way wing player. Those positions are very valuable in this league. And so we just expect him to now come in. He's healthy. He's trending in the right direction. Get back to shooting the basketball like he was from the perimeter, attacking the rim better than before, and then being that versatile defender that he is. So he's been great. He's really embraced these young guys. He's wanted to be around. You saw him at the Cal Classic, and so he has a real interest in them and this organization, and he wants to be a part of, turning this thing around and building a winner.
What do you think is largely the area of need for you? I know point guard has been brought up in terms of helping with A-Cup, but as you look at the roster, what's maybe the glaring need that you see?
But again, we want to continue adding people that are tough, athletic, and they're going to fit into the style we want to play to become that much tougher defensively. So whether that's the backup point guard, whether that's a additional small forward or frontline player, just more about the makeup of the person and player than necessarily the position right now. And then as we start playing, that'll clarify itself even more in terms of what we may or may not need.
You've been here a year now, and you've been able to readjust the whole bottom half of the roster. But when you look at the top financial players on your team, it's been difficult to flip those guys or to move things around. Are you frustrated by that? Is this more of a task than you thought it would be when you took the job?
No, I very rarely do I get frustrated. I've told you guys from the very beginning, I'm gonna be patient and prudent in what we have to do, and that applies in that situation. Those guys that you're mentioning, They've been good to work with. We have open dialogue, and so all I ask of them is just to buy into what we're doing. They're doing that, and so no frustration. I feel good where we're at entering year 2, but again, it's still a process. We're a long way from the finish line, so let's be clear about that. We're not. But I think we're positioning ourselves now, hopefully, that the fan base, all of you, will start to see the identity, present itself on the court on a nightly basis. That's the first goal when you're talking about building, establishing, winning. You want to, every night, you want to be able to see some consistency of that identity, and that's what this year's got to be about.
Yeah, to follow up on that, you said, last year was more so of an evaluation period. I know it's year 2, but what kind of phase would we be in kind of at this point now?
Yeah, again, just to go, we're a younger team, so we can see those guys grow. Maybe not make some of the same mistakes they made as rookies last year, show growth in that area. But just the toughness, the physical component, the play hard component each and every night is going to be extremely important. So that's what I'm really going to be looking at, that identity of who we are, what we're going to be about, what it means to be a Sacramento King, that's going to display itself on a nightly basis.
Scott, have you been monitoring Maxime Renault activities, with the French national team?
Oh, absolutely. You got a chance to watch him and played, from what I can tell, played pretty well. They won 2 games over there. I've been in communication with the GM of the French national team. They seemed very pleased with what he did while he was there. Max is growing. You can tell he's gaining some confidence, and he would tell you even more than I, coming into year 2, his goal is to be better. Last year was last year. He had an excellent rookie year, but that's gone by. Now you got to get better and be better this next year. So that's his challenge, and he's really working hard at it. So happy for him right now, and he'll be in Las Vegas with our team too.
A bunch of year 2 guys are in Las Vegas now. Was that intentional to have them play year 2 in Summer League, and then the Cali Classic? We talked to Negan.
Yeah, right. They're going to play some. I don't think they'll play all the games, but I think, again, when you're trying to build chemistry, it's important to have guys around and get to know one another, because training camp is a lot shorter now too. It's not like when I first entered the league, you had a month to get ready for the season. Now you have, it feels like a week or 2. So yeah, it's just good, not only from a basketball perspective, but from a personality, people perspective, spending time, because you're going to be with this group for 7 or 8 months, and how that comes together a lot of times is reflected on how guys play together on the court. So the summertime is an important lead up to training camp and the regular season.
Scott, you talked about hostages and volunteers in the past.
Number one, those lines.
I'm wondering how many hostages you think you still have, and can some of those hostages have a little Stockholm syndrome and maybe
all the volunteers will show themselves this season. That's what I can tell you. So no, everyone from where I sit right now is a volunteer until they show me differently. So
Scott, when you look at DeMar, I know you said financially that was the situation, but was there a part of him where it's like he's at the end of his career and he wants to be at a winning situation where he can compete? Was that ever communicated?
I think DeMar was fine coming back here. I mean, we got a great relationship, so that was not a component for him. I mean, the guy still can play. The guy still can play, as you saw last year. I think at a pretty good clip, high level. So no, he's got a lot left in the tank, and a lot of that has to do with his work. He's 37. He was still coming to the gym at night, still working on his craft. So, and he's working out now. So he is a true professional, and like I said, wish I had him back. Somebody would be lucky to have him this year for sure, in my opinion.
the identity that you and Doug were vocal about looking for next year, how much does that stay the same of what you're looking for coming into this year compared to, maybe making some alterations?
No, again, I don't, in all transparency, I don't think we achieved what we wanted to achieve last season in terms of that identity. This year, we've got to be much further along in that. And again, that is, we want to be the hardest playing team in the league. That's got to be our North Star. And so that has to be established this year and built upon throughout the season.
Feels like elite conditioning. The players have mentioned that terminology.
That's a line they hear from me often, elite conditioning. So, yeah, and they're repeating, oh, that's good. That's good to know. At least they're listening to something I say, right? But look, any team that has won, and the team that I've been a part of that's won and ultimately won big, you got to be a highly conditioned team. You got to be one of the top, if not the top conditioned team in the league. And so that is something that everybody hears from me, not just the players, the coaches, performance staff. That's my challenge to them all. So until we get there, I'm going to keep saying it.
Elite.
Thanks, guys.
Appreciate it.
That is Sacramento Kings general manager Scott Perry. Boy, he said a lot of stuff, and that's what I love about him as a GM. He actually gives us stuff to think about, talk about, and react to, and we will do that when we come back, breaking down all the things the Kings general manager Scott Perry just said right here on your home of the Kings, Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of back pain relief with just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sun up to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
It is Christmas in July with the Sacramento River Cats. Join us on Saturday, July 25th at Sutter Health Park for holiday fun, summertime baseball, and a festive night you won't forget. Celebrate the season early. Grab your tickets now at rivercats.com.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Exercise and golf have been two important activities in my life. I opened Golf Fitness Solutions in 2013 to help my fellow golf enthusiasts improve their posture, relieve their pain, gain strength and endurance, and most importantly, hit the ball farther. From beginners to professionals, I've had success working with all ages and all skill levels, and I can help you too. Located in Carmichael, call us at 916-802-5175 or go to golffitnesssolutions.com.
Want the best movie experience in town? Join Sactown Sports IMAX Pass by visiting SactownSports.com. Sign up today. You can win tickets to see this week's films at the Esquire IMAX Theater.
If your passion is bass fishing, only one radio show has the action, information, and excitement of your favorite outdoor sport. Ultimate Bass, hosted by Tournament Bass Pro and California Outdoor Hall of Famer Kent Brown, takes you live to where the fish are biting every Saturday morning. Only Ultimate Bass feeds your passion with the latest news, products, tips, and advice from the pros. Ultimate Bass with Kent Brown, Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. on Sactown Sports 1140, part of SEP's Saturday Morning Outdoors.
At Big O, our ProTech Plus warranty offers free flat repairs, replacements, and roadside assistance. So tire trouble is no trouble at all.
Now through July 26th, you can get $200 in savings on 4 select Michelin in-stock tires and our Healthy Car Special full-service synthetic oil change for only $59.99.
Big O Tires, the team you trust.
Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
In celebration of 80 years of 49ers football, Sactown Sports is counting down 80 of the most memorable moments that have shaped the team's storied legacy and winning tradition. Here's today's faithful flashback.
Number 46, the $1 million backfield debut.
The San Francisco 49ers' legendary $1 million backfield, consisting of Y.A. Tittle, Joe Perry, Hugh McElhaney, and John Henry Johnson, officially debuted in 1954. This quartet of Hall of Famers, famous for being the only full house backfield with all 4 members enshrined in Canton, combined to lead the Niners to a 7-win, 4-loss, and 1-tie record that season. The group was finalized in 1954 when John Henry Johnson joined Joe Perry, Hugh McElhaney, and Y.A. Tittle. That group played together for 3 seasons, and in 1954 set records for yards and yards per carry. And although their salaries combined didn't equal that $1 million figure, they were coined that nickname by sports writers nationwide.
Faithful flashbacks on Sactown Sports 1140.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Woo.
Scott Perry
is a real one.
He continues to win me over like every time there's a press conference. Like,
yeah,
you can go back and listen to podcasts that I did immediately after Scott Perry was hired.
Mm-hmm.
And it wasn't the hiring of Scott Perry that bothered me. It was the fact that the Kings got, after the firing of Mike Brown and the trading of De'Aaron Fox and then getting their butts kicked by the Dallas Mavericks in the play-in and then firing Monty McNair before everybody was out of the building, basically. I'm exaggerating, but he was fired quickly after that game was over. And then immediately hiring, like they already had a guy in mind. I was not too happy with the process, and I was worried that it just everything. It was a whole mess of just how that season ended was gross. But I remember the first time hearing Scott Perry in his introductory press conference as general manager, it was like, okay, I hear it, I believe it, I'm at least in. And every single time the man talks, I just feel more confident that the right guy is in the right spot. Time will tell. And I'm not telling Kings fans who are skeptical to just blindly follow and get your hopes up again, only to have your heart broken. If that's you, I don't blame you whatsoever. But what I love about Scott Perry is he's a general manager who tells it like it is, whether it's to the players, to the coaches, to agents and other GMs, or to the media and the fans. This is the way it is. And with what he can reveal, he is open to revealing it and letting us into what his thought process is. And we got a ton of that from that media scrum that we just heard for the last 20 minutes.
Well, I also wanted to give props to the media that were there because all of the questions that at least I wanted to hear were asked and some. So props to everybody there that asked the questions too that needed to be asked. First and foremost, when it comes to some of these questions we were talking about at the start of the show, it seems there's kind of been an answer, at least for the most part, with adding a backup point guard. And it looks like they're going to just see how the summer plays out. Maybe there's a player that steps into that spot they feel comfortable enough with, but it does seem like Russell Westbrook is probably out of consideration because Scott pretty much said he has earned more than the minimum salary.
Yeah, you have to remember too, it's tough to talk about a player when they're not your player.
Yeah.
Now we're past the point of, it could be tampering or something. No, it's free agency time. He could say whatever he wants in the realm of, we'd love to have Russ back or whatever. But I think he's managing expectations while also, like what I love that Scott said, because he was asked about who do you think can hold down that position. He brought up Malik Monk and Nick Clifford immediately. Now, do I think both of those guys are long-term backup point guards in the NBA? No, I don't. But where the Sacramento Kings are at and the year that they're going into, especially after drafting a starting point guard who should be playing 35 minutes a night unless he's exhausted or knock on wood gets hurt, the backup point guard position right now can be held down by a non-primary point guard. You just need a secondary ball handler is essentially what you need. And he listed two options on the roster now. Didn't even bring up Emmanuel Sharp, who could potentially be one as well. But he brought up two options there that we'd already discussed at length. They can share those responsibilities. We have guys on this roster. It's not as much of a necessity to go out and find a backup point guard like we felt it was this time last year when the Kings were very clear, we need point guards, and they went out and got both Russ and Schroeder.
And this is just a different team. He said it how many times? This is a much younger team. We're starting to create an identity, but this is a much younger team.
Yeah.
And while we're going to work towards that, and we are working towards that, like, we are still very, very far from what our goal is.
Yeah.
So, again, he is putting out there, like, don't expect things to just magically be in place next year. And on that note, the Zach LaVine questions were asked.
Yep.
And the first thing that I loved when I heard his answer to, what has the communication been like, or what have you, told Zach LaVine in terms of his role about this upcoming season. And he was very clear, like, since the season ended, there has been clear communication, and I have been open and honest with Zach about what your expectations are, and that he needs to be he needs to play his best basketball. I mean, Zach knows what his role is, and it is going to be, you're going to be a starter, and you're going to be expected to contribute as much as you can. And when asked about that hostage versus volunteer situation, which he preaches all the time, he did say, right now, I have volunteers, but you have to go out there and prove that to me.
The way Scott lays it out is that there's no way that Zach and Rich Paul and Clutch Sports can claim any sort of miscommunication or misunderstanding with what they are rejoining. Now, I think we all know, and Scott doesn't have to say it for us to know, that Zach LaVine didn't choose to return to play for the Sacramento Kings. He chose $49 million.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us can possibly blame him or his family for that. But I do believe that Scott and Zach have, whether it's hashed it out or just talked out, this is what you're coming into. This is what the expectations are. Now, Scott does not have to share those specific details with us. Scott does not have to share, nor does Doug Christie have to share. This is the role that we discussed with Zach LaVine. But two things were abundantly clear from what Scott Perry said there. Zach knows exactly what he's getting into, and the Kings very clearly expect that while Zach LaVine is here, fall in line is not the right thing to say, because I don't like the dynamic of fall in line. But this is what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
While you're here, you're going to do it.
I agree.
Or you're going to follow suit. And the volunteers, I have a bunch of volunteers right now.
He's giving him opportunity.
Time will tell if everybody is really, truly bought in, but I would be more concerned if Scott was saying, yeah, I think we still have a couple hostages. I need to get out of here. He's not going to say that.
No, but I thought it was very smart how he answered it, though, because he also made it clear that I'm not going to just let these players be half, whatting it and being able to get away with it when we're paying them all this money. On the note of, I know there wasn't much asked, but it was kind of put in here about hostages, not volunteers. On the note of Domantas Sabonis, I saw an update during the presser. I just wanted to share really quick. Andrew Quinn, who's sports director up in my hometown of Spokane at CBS, he's out at a Bank of America youth golf clinic today. Domas is out there. He spoke to Domas. Domas says he's been cleared for basketball opportunities, activity, 4 days ago. He's already had his first workout and feels great. So that's just a mini update, by the way, on Domantas Sabonis. But I think Domantas Sabonis doesn't really worry me in terms of like the whole hostage versus volunteer. I think would he like to eventually be somewhere else? Yes. But do I feel like he's going to do whatever he needs to do this year to follow what they want him and the culture they want him to be in, I don't see that as an issue.
Can I be honest? I'm not worried about any of them.
Mm-hmm.
I really am not. I'm genuinely not worried about the the hostages, because part of me is like, I dare you to give them the reason to bench you.
Yeah.
Like I dare you. Like, because if Scott is doing his job correctly, he should and hopefully has empowered Doug Christie. And hell, he might be the one to call Doug Christie and say, pull the trigger on this. If any of those guys, and I'm not going to use anyone specifically because it's not fair to assign that to anyone, anybody on this roster, if they are not willing to buy into what you're trying to do, and Scott made it very clear there towards the end, we did not do a good enough job establishing our identity last season. That needs to change. A lot of that falls on Doug, and of course, a lot of that falls on the players and being bought into it. But if guys from the jump are not willing to do what Scott Perry has made it clear and Doug Christie is making it clear, this is what our identity is going to be, even if that identity preaches more defense with an offensively minded roster, you are empowered to sit their ass down. And I want to see a now second-year coach in Doug Christie who doesn't have to micromanage a plethora of very talented, very seasoned, veteran, future Hall of Famer egos. And I'm not saying that in a negative way. It's just natural. A first-year head coach having to manage DeMar, Russ, Zach, Domas, Schroeder. Now he has a younger team, still has some veterans on there, and should have the green light of the organization to put your money where your mouth is. If they're hostages, sit them down. If they're volunteers, play them.
Well, there's more volunteers now than hostages because there are a lot of young guys now, and they're doing what they're been asked to do, and they've been told this is the culture we want. So sorry, right now the volunteers outweigh maybe those who could become hostages, and that's just not a good thing for them. So the best thing is for the buy-in to happen for everybody. Really quick, I thought it was interesting.
Yeah.
I don't know the female reporter who asked this question, but I thought it was clever because they were kind of asking, well, what have you heard about your players and the interest around the league?
I think that was Michelle Dapper.
Was it Dapper? So Scott obviously did not really answer it, right?
He can't.
He can't really answer. So he went around, he said, well, he kind of made it into, we're excited about our young guys, like our young guys. But then there was a question asked about Keegan Murray about 2 questions after, and Scott slipped a little, and Scott said, Keegan Murray is a highly sought-after player, and then went on to talk about why.
Yeah.
And that immediately went to when Mark Spears came on with us during the trade deadline.
Yep.
And who was the one player he said was probably, I mean, they couldn't touch him at the point, but it was Keegan Murray. People have interest in Keegan Murray.
Teams have been calling about Keegan Murray since the trade deadline of his rookie season.
Yep.
Because what Keegan brings, there's now a price tag attached to it. On a rookie scale deal, that was insane value. Now there's a $25 million price tag attached to it. So Keegan's got to live up to that to be fair to him. So there's a little more pressure and a little more expectation now. But Keegan, what he is coveted around the league. What we believe he can be. And I'm not talking the all-star Keegan is shooting 40+% from three-point range. We can probably say that ship has sailed. But who Keegan is a versatile defender, a good rebounder, and someone who should be capable of shooting at like 37%. Please, God, Keegan, find your three-point shot again. That is coveted around the league. But the fact that, I love what Scott said. He basically said, if you know you're doing right when teams are calling about your guys. And the fact that teams are calling about the young guys that he brought in probably gives him confidence, just like the amount of teams that were trying to pluck away pieces of Mike Brown's coaching staff, like Jordy Fernandez when Mike was here. That's a good sign. We'll take the break. Here's what we're going to do. We're going to push the 2-minute drill down to the next hour because I see Dwayne, Javier on hold, want to share their thoughts on Scott Perry. We'll continue to dive in because there's a lot more that he talked about that we haven't even talked about yet. So if you want to call in and share your thoughts on your general manager's comments, you can do so. 916-339-1140. Feel free to text that number as well, your thoughts, and hop into the YouTube comment section. That is popping right now. We'll get to the 2-minute drill at the beginning of the 1 o'clock hour. More Scott Perry press conference breakdowns when we come back right here on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
And we're live from the living room as Doug eyes up the matchday spread. He's reaching for the Buffalo wing. Perfect. Hang on, what's this? Oh, he's gone for a can of Pepsi too. Incredible. What a finish. Sensational combination. Look at the delight on his face. There's no doubt about it. It just tastes better. Match days deserve Pepsi. Food deserves Pepsi. Grab a pack of Pepsi Zero Sugar for today's match. It's poetry in motion.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
If there's one thing you can count on, it's 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto insurance with Progressive. And if there's two things you can count on, it's your smoke detector battery dying at 3 a.m. Not 3 p.m. on a Saturday when you have nothing going on, but in the middle of the night when you're fast asleep.
Oh, come on!
Get 24/7 protection when you bundle home and auto with Progressive. Just one more thing you can count on. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company affiliates and third-party insurers. Not available in all states or situations.
Tired of hearing scary radio ads about the IRS? Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000 or $500,000, we have a solution. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS with zero risk to you. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with a BBB. End your tax nightmare today by visiting TRA.com. Or call 800-583-6681. That's 800-583-6681.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at powercopiers.com.
If you have unfiled taxes or are in debt to the IRS, this is important news. Did you know the IRS has programs specifically designed to help people struggling with tax debt? Powerful tax assistance programs that can save you thousands if you qualify. No one knows these programs better than the experts at Optima Tax Relief, America's most trusted tax resolution firm, A-rated by the Better Business Bureau. Their award-winning tax attorneys and licensed professionals have resolved over $3 billion of tax debt for their clients. One call to Optima can start the process, helping to put an end to your worries about wage garnishment, asset seizure, and other aggressive IRS actions. Find the best options to solve your tax problems. Call the experts at Optima Tax Relief today for a free consultation.
Call 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922. 800-375-2922.
Optima Tax Relief. Some restrictions apply. For complete details, please visit OptimaTaxRelief.com.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
Remember when a driving range was just a driving range? Yeah, Hagen Oaks doesn't remember either. Reserve one of 3 top Tracer bays from 6 to 11 p.m. at hagenoaks.com. Only 3 bays are reservable, while the rest of the range remains open for walk-ups. Play virtual golf, then grab food, drinks, and a seat in front of the TVs at the hangout. Throw in live music, and suddenly your quick stop at the range turns into hours of fun. Hagen Oaks Golf Complex. Side effects may include laughter, bragging rights, and one friend insisting he would have won if the wind wasn't blowing.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Still reacting to Scott Perry's media availability that he had earlier today inside the practice facility immediately following Summer League practice for the Kings, who are getting ready to head to Las Vegas. Their first Vegas Summer League game is tomorrow inside the Thomas and Mack Center. It's like an 8 o'clock tip or something like that. What the hell?
Yeah,
I know
it's a late one.
I know that's early in Vegas, but come on, man. I'm an old man
That's
now.
for television purposes.
I gotta get my caffeine, second caffeine of the day.
Well, it'll be Kings basketball at least that we have to look forward to. But Scott Perry said a lot of really, really good. I actually had a good relationship with Monty McNair. I enjoyed covering Monty McNair. I think he's a very nice guy. He still is around the Sacramento area, even though he works as an advisor still for the Los Angeles Clippers. But Monty McNair was famous for saying nothing. Nothing at a press conference. It was just kind of word salad without saying anything. Scott gives you something. And it's not just what you want to hear, it's what's real and why. You know, so he gave us a ton of that in that press conference. We already pointed out some of the biggest things that stood out to us. There's a lot more still to talk about, but let's hear from you. 916-339-1140. Your thoughts on what your general manager had to say today about the state of the Kings with free agency going on. We'll start with someone who I know has not been the biggest fan of Scott Perry and the moves that the Sacramento Kings have made so far. Dwayne, welcome in. Happy Wednesday, my friend. How are you?
Hey, what's up with the homies?
Hey, Dwayne.
We all know now it's all about the trades, right? It's going to be all about winning trades. So if I'm Perry, I'm trading offense for role players. If I'm Perry, I'm trading offense for defense because Darius Acuff couldn't stay in front of his own shadow. Darius Acuff Jr. couldn't guard Darius Acuff Sr.
There's Dwayne. Again, what did Dwayne see in California Classic that I missed? He's probably talking about his time at Arkansas. And yes, I know Darius Acuff Jr. defensively was not great in college. I did see fine effort from him defensively in the California Classic.
I just don't think he's an Acuff fan.
I
don't think there's any breaking down of it
That's
we can
fine.
do.
And I understand there are going to be a lot of people like Dwayne. If we see the first starting line, what we should see is Kings preseason game 1, wherever the hell it may be, in September or it'll be early October. And we see the starting lineup for the first time, and it's Darius Acuff Jr. and Zach LaVine in the backcourt. And then Domantas Sabonis at the 5. Gulp. It's like, what in the world defensively does that look like? But the offensive potential is hopefully really, 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 really good to where you can survive it for the minutes that they're on the floor together. The net rating of that lineup is going to be very interesting, to say the least.
Yeah, but I get it. Like, he's going to, for Dwayne, I think it's one of those things that in terms of Acuff Jr., has really got to prove it to him for him to be, like, on board.
I get it.
Until he proves it to him, he's not going to be on board.
I get it. Let's go to Javier. What's up, Javier? Happy Wednesday.
How you guys doing today?
Good. How are you?
All right. So first thing, no disrespect, Mr. George, you got to stop with the whole empowering Christie to bench the hostages. Man, I waited for all that last season. I don't want to hear he's a first-year coach. He played in the NBA at a high level, borderline all-star, almost went to the finals. Like, man, he had his chance to do that last year, and he sat there and just, bent the knee. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you keep having faith in that. I'm still waiting for that standard to be played in 94 feet and all that nonsense. But, no disrespect. I love Christie, but his time is coming. I mean, why are we not addressing the elephant in the room of how you're firing and or parting ways your defensive coordinator in July when you should have done that at the end of last season?
Well, okay. First off, little clarification, Javier. I don't have any issue with what Javier said because I think Javier is speaking for a good portion of Sacramento Kings fans that have concerns about Doug Christie specifically. Yep. Let's be careful. We do not know, and it has not been suggested at all that the Kings are firing Bobby Jackson.
Right.
We know both sides are parting ways. Now, if you want to interpret that as the Kings asked him to go or fired him or Doug Christie said we're moving in a different direction, that's your right to interpret it that way. I just want to be careful because we don't know if Bobby is choosing to leave, if he's going to join another staff, if he's retiring, if Doug is looking for a new defensive coordinator. If so, why would they keep him around all summer just to fire him later to have then his replacement hired right before the season starts? Like I just want to pump the brakes on that because we don't know.
Can I jump in really quick? Usually, guys, when there is a situation, if it was bad blood or I'm going to tell you right now, if it was a firing, he ain't here the rest of the summer, period. It's just not how it goes down. Like, that's not how things operate in sports and in the real world.
Yeah.
Like, you don't just have someone hang around for the rest of the summer if there was like a bad blood situation or if it was a firing. I think it was just Bobby Jackson's parting ways for his reasons. I don't think they would keep him around if it was bad blood.
I don't believe Bobby Jackson's
or a weird situation.
My belief, I'm not reporting anything. I do not know anything. I'm making that clear. My belief is that Bobby Jackson was not fired.
No.
That's my belief on the situation.
You don't hang around during the summer.
But that's not the point of Javier's call. That was just a part of Javier's call.
Yeah, that just...
What Javier wanted to talk... The first part that Javier talked about... So my thing with Doug being empowered is we debated all of last year. We debated the rest of the year when Doug Christie was the interim head coach before he got the job full time. Like, what is the number one thing that Doug Christie needed to keep his job? And it was to win basketball games. That was what was most needed, most important for Doug Christie. Mm-hmm. At least probably in his mind. As a first-year head coach, and I understand what Javier is saying. He's been around the league a long time. He has the respect of the league. He's a former player. Like, I get everything that Javier is saying, but I'm not going to pretend that because you played basketball for 10 years means that you can kick in the door in your first job that many argue you probably maybe shouldn't have gotten in the first place. The argument is he would not have gotten this opportunity in 29 other teams, 29 other markets. To kick in the door and to tell Russell Westbrook and DeMar DeRozan and these guys right away, hey, you're being benched so I can play these young guys or whatever, that is a very, very difficult thing to do. Mm-hmm. An incredibly difficult thing to do because the owner feels a certain type of way about the players that you have. The new general manager feels a certain type of way about the players that you have. And what the difference is for me going into this season is the Kings keeping Doug Christie around. You can say it's a financial decision if you want to. That's your prerogative. I don't believe it is because Doug's not making that much money. It, to me, is a vote of confidence that Doug is the right guy for us to continue our rebuild and really start the main part of our rebuild with the new rookie with him as the head coach. That, to me, is a vote of confidence that should hopefully empower Doug to do what he needs to do to accomplish both of their goals. I'm optimistic about that. Can't predict that's going to happen.
Yeah, and there's nothing to say that he's going to have his job a year from now.
Right.
Like, that's to be determined. I honestly think a lot of it rides on just what happens next year with continued development and continued building of culture. I think that it's a 50-50 shot at what happens with Doug.
We will take the break. When we come back, more of your reactions and our reactions to some of the things that Scott Perry had to say in his media availability. Said a lot of really good stuff. If you're just tuning into, we'll rehash some of the things that Scott Perry had to say. That entire media availability, I won't call it a press conference, but the entire media availability will be available for you on SactownSports.com, the Sactown Sports app, and Sactown Sports' YouTube channel so you can watch it and hear Scott Perry for yourselves. More of that coming to start the final hour of the show. It's Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader, Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger, Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
It's summertime, and Aleve is here to keep you on the go. Whether it's planes, trains, or automobiles, Aleve's got your back. With up to 12 hours of back pain relief with just one dose, you'll get to your destination and be ready for your next adventure. So pack your sunscreen, your shades, and your Aleve. No matter where your final stop, Aleve will keep you moving. From sun up to sundown, Aleve's got your back this summer. Feel Aleve. Use as directed for minor aches and pains.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Awkward time to ask this, but hey, did you download the trail map?
Yeah, no, I don't need to.
I don't understand. You're trusting your signal out here?
Well, I'm trusting T-Mobile. They have the best network. And if we end up in bum-tots nowhere, well, we've got T-Satellite for backup.
Whoa, I don't trust my carrier that much.
We'll just use your phone as a flashlight.
With America's best network and T-Satellite, we're keeping you connected in places you never thought possible. And if you switch today, you get free phones for $0 down and only $25 a month per line for 4 lines. Find out more at T-Mobile.com or visit your local store.
Best mobile network based on analysis by Ookla Speed Test Intelligence Data 2H 2025 with 24 monthly bill credits and 4 eligible port-ins on essentials. For well-qualified customers with autopay plus taxes, fees, and $35 connection charge per line. Credits end in balance due if you pay off early or cancel. Contact us. Finance agreement example $299.99 Moto Edge 5G required. T-Satellite available with compatible device in most outdoor areas in the U.S. where you can see the sky. Included with experience beyond or $10 a month. Auto renews monthly. Cancel anytime. Visit T-Mobile.com.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard. October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson, plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
Hi, this is Adam Johnson, owner of Golf Fitness Solutions. Most golfers practice their swing, but ignore the body swing in the club. We help golfers move better, get stronger, reduce pain, build power, and play longer. Join us for a free trial week and see how golf-specific training can help you support your body and your game. Try a class, meet the team, and find a right program for your goals. Call 916-802-5175 or visit golffitnesssolutions.com. Golf Fitness Solutions. Move better, feel better, play better.
KHD HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Sactown Sports 1140, your local sports leader.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Scott Perry spoke with the Kings media at noon today, said a number of very interesting things. Just kind of quick popcorn through some of the main things that he said. Number one, he did not want to lose DeMar DeRozan, but financially the Kings were almost forced to. Although he did clarify, Kayla, that DeMar didn't leave or they didn't get rid of DeMar because it's not like he didn't want to be here necessarily. Right. It was just that it was in the best interest for both of them to move on, and it made a lot of sense for the Kings financially to do that, which we all knew.
Scott clearly makes it apparent who he really appreciates and says favorite players for a reason.
Yep.
Westbrook, one of those guys, but also DeMar DeRozan said he's been nothing but professional and a great addition to our team when he was here. But it is what it is, and they don't have the money. And that was one of the contracts. I feel if it was easy to move those two other guys, and Domantas Sabonis and Zach LaVine, would there maybe been a shot DeMar comes back?
I think so.
I really do.
Just because of who DeMar is as a player. Although, again, I would argue that both Domas and Zach as basketball players fit more
what they're trying to possibly. Well,
not necessarily
do,
what
but
they're trying to do, but what they have. Yeah. Levine makes more sense than DeMar, in my opinion.
Yeah.
Offensively. And he makes more sense, or Domas makes more sense than him offensively.
Right.
But we know who DeMar is off the court and how much Scott Perry valued that.
But that's what he's kind of preached during this whole presser. He's like, even whoever we go out, because somebody asked about what positions are you still looking for? Because he's like, we need to add another player to the roster. Mm-hmm. And he was like, somebody had asked, what positions are you looking for? And the first thing Scott said is he didn't talk about a position. He talked about, we just want a player that comes in, fits exactly what we're doing, is going to play the type of basketball we want, and then whatever position that is, we'll kind of figure out things from there.
Right. Another thing that Scott said about Precious Achiuwa, he talked about Precious's, like you said, his attitude, his personality, what he brought, his story, joining the team after training camp had ended and when the season had started, and carving out the important role that he did for himself. But I thought it was interesting. Scott let it be known, hey, he had options to go elsewhere. He chose to stay. He wanted to play for the Sacramento Kings. I know Kings fans love to hear that. The Kings fans love being wanted. If you want us, we want you too, my friend. So to hear Scott Perry talk about Precious Achiuwa in that way, and it's not surprising based off of the comments that Precious himself was saying during his exit interviews back in April. But nice to hear that both sides were very, very, very interested in each other. And I don't know if you've seen, but the Kings posted pictures on Instagram and social media of Precious signing his contract and giving Scott Perry a hug. And it truly feels like Precious found a home. And I think it mattered a lot to Precious. It sounds like things did not end well in New York. I think it mattered a lot to Precious that Sacramento was the team that didn't just believe in him to bring him in, but gave him as much opportunity as they gave him last season.
And I like that he did clarify that he was wanted in other places, because I think we even had this discussion maybe in crosstalk with Whitey and Alan Stiles was he even looked at anywhere else? Like, was there anybody even wanting him, or was this his only option? And it seems from what Scott Perry is saying that there were other teams that were interested.
Yeah.
Real quick to this comment, my name is, sorry, why is my computer being funky like this? My name is DJ?
DJ or Dej.
Dej, yeah. So he said Scott Perry wants a backup point guard. Did say he wants a backup point guard. Yeah, but he was also quick to say, like, we're going to kind of figure things out throughout the summer and see how they play out. He didn't say I'm going to go out and identify what point guard we want now.
It's like it was, I don't remember the exact wording, but essentially it's something that they're going to continue to monitor as the summer continues.
Continue,
so whether it's maybe Nick Clifford gets some more opportunity in summer league as a secondary ball handler, because he brought up Malik Monk and Nick Clifford specifically as two guys that can hold down the backup point guard position, and not so much. I think people get spooked when they hear point guard and then Malik Monk and Nick Clifford, but really if you want to look at it as secondary ball handler, that's essentially what we're talking about here.
Yeah.
Because Darius Acuff Jr. should be playing 35 minutes a night. That leaves 13 minutes left over for someone that's not a point guard to be on the floor. Malik Monk can handle that responsibility. He did it with the Beam team.
Yeah.
Nick Clifford can handle, well, maybe he can. The Kings seem to believe he can handle that responsibility. That's still to be determined a little bit. But Malik, very much, in my opinion, can for now.
Sure.
When you're a playoff team or a championship contender, maybe it's a different conversation, but we're not there yet.
I don't think it is as dire to go out and find one of these free agency guys, which, by the way, if you missed the show yesterday, we went over the free agency list.
Not great.
Guys, it's not impressive.
Not great. It's Russell Westbrook and nothing else.
Yeah, and I don't think
Jordan McLaughlin.
Exactly. I don't think Westbrook, I personally don't feel at this point that's going to happen.
I agree.
I think he's going to go play for maybe Washington and
I hope he does.
Make a little more money
than
I
agree.
What he would here. So.
I agree. I don't think Russ is coming back. I'm not a big fan of the Gabe Vincent idea, but the Kings are going to continue to monitor it as the summer goes on. So we'll see how that plays out and ultimately what that leads to. Let's get to TC. I know TC is a big fan of Scott Perry, so I imagine TC, you were grinning ear to ear with some of the things that Scott was saying. What up, TC?
Hey, man. Matt, Kayla, what's up?
Hey, TC.
Just vibing. Hey, he said he spoke, but he also was honest.
Yeah.
Like he said, I'm honest with everybody. I'm straightforward. What else do you want to hear from this man? And also, he's showing you through his work what he's doing. So I love Javier because I know both these guys,
yeah,
Baker and Javier. But I disagree with both the guys. Chrissy, You just going to have to do what you got to do, bro. If you're going to bench a guy, bench a guy. Period, point blank. A-Cup is a franchise-moving piece. He's a moving guard who we needed. Perry is putting this team together, bro. Let him do his thing. I respect it. I want Zach LaVine and Domas gone as well. But I also respect him not saying, I'm not just going to give them away. I'm just not going to give picks away. I'm staying prudent and sticking to my guns on what I'm doing because also, as you can see, I can put a winning team together.
Is TC eating lunch?
I don't know.
I really wanted to know what I think he was juggling eating lunch and then also talking,
It's like
which
you
I
on-
thought was very
you on the
impressive.
air eating carrots.
I'm telling you, TC's my brother from another mother.
Well, you can tell he's fired up. He did bring up old Dwayne and Javier, and I actually want to revisit that specifically with what Javier said because I actually appreciate a lot of what Javier brought to the table. Now, he was coming at me a little bit and a little spicy in the sense that like why are we continuing to give Doug Christie this
No,
this
but
benefit
I
of this
respect
doubt?
it. There's a lot of people who think that
There are
way.
a lot of people, but what I want to bring up is a lot of what Scott was saying too about what this team is going to be next year wasn't just about the players.
Yeah.
Scott was talking about Doug.
Mhm.
Scott was making it very clear that next season we need to do a better job establishing our identity. That's coaching. Now, the players also have to buy into it, and I do believe Scott is putting together an ultimately better roster that is more equipped to buy into specifically what we believe the pillars and the standard are. But Doug's got to establish that, and people forget, it's not like Doug Christie signed a new multi-year deal with the Kings this summer. The Kings just brought him back for year 2 of a 3-year deal, but the third year is a team option. Doug Christie is basically a free agent coach right now. Or, I'm sorry, expiring coach right now. What Zach LaVine is doing as a expiring contract on a contract year, Doug is doing the exact same thing. So if Doug does not have the ability to command his locker room and implement that standard while also successfully and properly developing the young guys, if Doug is not able to properly manage any veteran or any player that is not fully buying into what they're doing, whether it's 94 feet or not, then he's not going to be the right guy for the job. So this is not we all faith and all trust in Doug Christie that he's going to get it right and all the players have to fall in line. Scott is very much challenging Doug too to make sure this standard is upkept.
This is my opinion, and again, this is my opinion. This isn't me saying anything about me knowing anything.
Yeah.
But I truly believe the way Scott operates and knowing how smart he is and knowing he is also like ahead of everything. Like he's thinking ahead of things and he has things in his back pocket. While I truly believe, and I would not say this if I didn't believe this, while I truly believe he's giving Doug a chance this next year to show growth with his personal growth in coaching, also seeing how these young players, how he can see them continue to develop with whatever they're looking for with the type of play and culture. While I believe he's going to give Doug an opportunity and see how it goes, I also believe he has to, as a smart GM, be thinking in the back of his head, what if it doesn't work, and already beginning a list.
Of course.
You have to do that if you're a GM.
Yep. You have to be thinking multiple steps ahead. That doesn't mean you're already quitting on your coach.
No, that's not what I'm saying.
Right.
But you gotta know how to think that way.
Right. A good GM will do what they need to do to remove as many excuses as they possibly can.
Mm-hmm.
I think what Scott Perry is doing is putting more of a cohesive roster together to make it not a far-fetched dream that the Kings could play the style of basketball that Doug Christie talks about. Last year, it was 94 feet. Who the hell is going to do it on this roster? This year, it's like, okay, maybe I can see it if Doug wants to go that 94-foot route again. We'll see if he decides to do that in training camp or
I
not.
don't think that's going
If
that
he
right.
does, people are going to roll their eyes, let me tell you. But whatever the standard is, like, you can see Scott is putting together more of a dedicated roster to fit that. At the same time, though, well, Matt, Zach LaVine's still here. Isn't that an excuse? DeMontis Sabonis is still here. Isn't that an excuse? Well, it depends on how Doug Christie manages the two of them and if his rotations and his actions match his words, because that was something that frustrated me about Doug Christie last year, which I felt was more about managing personalities and your veterans versus young guys versus what you're like. If you're all about defense and I need more defense on the floor, but you sit some of your best defenders so that Levine and Sabonis can play 35 plus minutes, like there's a disconnect there.
Right.
If you're saying we're pivoting to focus more on the young guys, but you continue to play your veterans heavy minutes and your young guys are getting subbed out of the games when it matters down the stretch, that doesn't match. So that's where I think Scott needs to and is doing a good job of removing some of the natural roadblocks in Doug Christie's way to do what he needs or wants to do. But at the same time, by doing that, you remove excuses for Doug Christie. There aren't the same excuses this season as Doug had last year. Not that he's making any excuses, but we can't make them for him.
No, there's not a lot. Like I know this is not the most talented roster anybody's ever seen, and anyone can coach it. Mm-hmm. It is a lot of youth, but that I think should benefit, if anything, Doug Christie.
If he's the coach
that they
believe
would like
he is, then they're trusting him with the development of this young core to start. So develop him. And that doesn't mean immediate results. That doesn't mean 40 wins, but Darius Acuff Jr. should show tangible improvement. This team should show tangible improvement from game 1 to game 82. And if there are veterans that get in the way of that or aren't fully bought into that, then your responsibility as a coach is to get them out the way.
Get out the way.
So we'll see if Doug is capable and able and empowered to do that this year, if it even comes to that. As of right now, like Scott Perry said in that media availability, he's got a whole roster of volunteers right now, not hostages. But
he did say.
But he did let it be known. We're going to see who the true volunteers. No, we're going to see who the real volunteers are when we start playing. But as of right now, he believes he's got a roster full of volunteers, not hostages, which is encouraging considering the Zach LaVine saga, the Domantas Sabonis saga, and everything else. Let's bring Ken in. Ken wants to weigh in on the conversation. What up, Ken?
Hey, what it do, ladies and gentlemen? All I want to say, man, listen, we're all talking hypothetically. I'm glad you used that word, improve. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what Scott Perry is doing, Sacramento. He's trying to improve our team. Mm-hmm. We can't just continue to talk. And we're guessing right now. We're guessing on A Cup. We're guessing on the roster. We're guessing on what Doug Christie does. What we know is that the team has gotten better.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. What we know is that Scott Perry is putting in work for this team to be competitive. So we need to get on board with the positivity. You know what I'm saying? Instead of talking about the negatives that might happen or could happen. We need to be on board and rooting this team, man. We need to have our pom-poms up. Because we don't know sugar from, I don't want to say it. Because we're just guessing right now.
Ken, I appreciate the call. I appreciate the optimism. I think that's what Ken is talking about. I think that's what we're going to see. I mean, we saw it already in the California Classic. We're feeling it already since draft night, even though we would have much rather the Kings be picking not 7th. Like, we were feeling it after the draft lottery went down and the Kings dropped to 7. We weren't necessarily happy campers after that. But since draft night, you can feel a renewed energy. I won't call it hope necessarily, but a renewed energy.
Yeah.
And what we're going to see on opening night is a packed Golden One Center ready to see, okay, what do we got? And I think if the team plays consistently the way we saw in flashes against Cleveland at home, against the Pelicans in the game that you were at.
Yeah.
If that, you can bottle that up and add Darius Acuff to it and a healthy Keegan Murray to it and a bought-in Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis to that, but playing with that hustle and energy every night and doing what Dylan Cardwell says, we're not going to get punked on our home floor anymore, the city's going to rally around that.
To Ken's point, and look, Ken, I tend to be more in terms of a fan of my sports teams. And honestly, as a talk show radio host and a TV personality who's covered many teams, I do seem to put myself in the positive category. Mm-hmm. I do seem to be optimistic every year when a new year comes. But there are fans that are more so just prove it to me.
Yeah.
And that's a real thing.
Yeah.
So what I will say, though, to Ken's point, is he mentioned Scott Perry many times in that. I will say I truly believe Scott is doing things little by little, and still there is a plenty long list to go. I do think Scott Perry, little by little, is bringing people on board. Mm-hmm. And yes, some people want to see more, but I think people are starting to have faith in Scott's plan.
Yeah.
And that is making it easier for people to get excited about this next season. Just seeing some of that play out.
Yeah. Less than a year ago, not even less than a year ago, like it wasn't long ago that I, as a Sacramento Kings fan, in addition to the media personality, was very down in the dumps with everything going on with the Kings. And while I'm not saying I'm completely out of, I've seen the light. Like we're not there yet.
We're not.
We're not even close to there yet.
No.
But with Scott, like you have to put your hope in something or just hope in nothing at all. And I understand there are Kings fans out there that are hoping in nothing at all. I'm choosing to put my hope and belief in Scott because I see something different than what we've had at least during the Vivek Ranadive era. Since Jeff Petrie, but I never knew Jeff because I was more of a kid at that time. Like, this is new. This is different.
Sure.
How Scott is handling himself is new, is different, and it's exciting. And I know I was optimistic and excited about the early days of Monty McNair because it was going well. And then it fell off a cliff after he won Executive of the Year, right? But I sympathize. I truly sympathize so much because what the Beam Team year did for this city and for a lot of this fan base is, one, it was a phenomenal year that I will never, ever, 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 ever forget. And it was so much fun and so long overdue, and we all loved it and celebrated it together. But it gave us a taste, and then the fact that it fell away so quickly, I think hurt a lot of fans or bothered a lot of fans more than the 16-year playoff drought did. Because at some point you kind of get used to the mediocre and you get excited by slightly above average.
Yeah.
And that's what we kind of got.
Yeah, I get
Then
it.
we got the taste of good and fell back to below average mediocre. And it's hard for all Kings fans, I think, to willingly throw their heart into it right now. Like maybe that's how Javier feels. Maybe that's how Dwayne feels. I don't know. I think Scott Perry is different. And I think we're seeing Scott Perry is different, but the results are still to come. And like Scott says, long way to go. Long way to go with the moves he has to make.
Especially this summer. Like we talked about the summer checklist about 4 months ago. Slowly the checklist is there's certain things being checked off, but there are still some big ones remaining that we might not see checked off until maybe even the trade deadline.
One thing we were starting to talk about before Scott so rudely interrupted us to do his media availability. How dare you, Scott Perry? Maxime Reynaud is officially listed on the Kings Summer League roster. So while Scott said in that press conference he doesn't think like the main guys are going to play every single game in Summer League necessarily. That's ultimately up to Coach Chris Darnell and whatever plan they have in place for everybody. But it sounds like we are for sure, after playing a couple of games with the French national team, we are going to see Maxime Reynaud play in the Summer League, which I'm excited because out of all the players on this roster, outside of Darius Acuff Jr., Max is the guy that I'm looking to the most like, okay, dominate. Show me something. Within the realm of like, Max is not one to necessarily create for himself a ton. But if he is a dominant pick and roll center in the Summer League, like I want to see it. I want to see a lot of that.
I do too. I just want to see Maxime, what he's done so far in the offseason. We know in terms of what he's been doing on the, is it the international?
It's the World Cup qualifiers.
World Cup qualifiers for the French team.
Yeah, FIBA stuff.
So I'm excited to see it here now in Summer League play with his other teammates, which, by the way, all of these guys have kind of had a little bit of time to work with each other. Max is the new kid on the block in terms of now being there in Vegas with Acuff.
Yeah.
With these other guys on the roster. I think it'll be fun to watch. I really do. And you know Max, like he's such a competitor.
Yeah. Two things I'm most anxious to see with Max specifically. One, is there instant chemistry between Max and Acuff in the pick and roll? And in a weird way, like not that Max is now the master in just his second year, but Max learned a lot from Russell Westbrook.
100%.
There's probably some wisdom that he can now ricochet towards Darius Acuff.
Max is smart.
Yeah. He knows how to communicate. He's a good communicator.
He's a great communicator.
We learned that in Summer League last year because the cameras were picking up and the mics were picking up. Who's the guy with a French accent that's yelling? Oh, it's Max.
Which, by the way, I like that for a guy like DA5 because DA5 is not the most vocal.
Yeah, he's pretty quiet.
He's more quiet. I think Max could be really good. That's a good yin and yang.
Yeah. So I'm wanting to see what that pick and roll looks like between them. But because we saw in game 2, really it was game 3 of the California Classic, but game 2 that Acuff and Cardwell played, we started to see more of an emphasis from Acuff on using the pick and roll. And no disrespect to Dylan Cardwell, because we love him and he's an energizer bunny and he sets great screens, but he's not the finisher offensively around the rim that Max is. That's Max's game. He's a finesse scorer around the rim. He's really good as a pick and roll scorer. So I want to see what that looks like. And then, Max, can you show me any more rim protection, my man? Just any more rim protection. I want to see a little bit of it, because I know that's something that, while the Kings aren't expecting him to suddenly become like Serge Ibaka and block 7 shots to Kembe Mutombo, like, can you be someone that at the very least changes shots around the rim? You don't have to swat 3-4 times a game, but just change shots when someone attacks the paint.
Did he say anything at the end of the year about his body in terms of weight or size or anything? Because I don't
remember.
Because I know that was something that we talked about. Maybe he puts a little bit, not a lot, but a little more muscle on.
I remember late in the season, Max talking specifically about working on his shot blocking and working on his physicality defensively. And we saw at the end of the season, to your point, Kayla, he started initiating more contact versus reacting to it. And in the Summer League last year, I remember a lot of us saw Max get pushed around a little bit. We're like, oh boy, he needs to bulk up. Let's see if he now is the aggressor.
So that's funny, because I am not him. Literally, as I said that, he said if Max can bulk up a bit, he will end up getting better and better. That is something I'm interested when we see him.
Yeah.
Because we saw some clips from when he was playing over there in Europe. But I'd like to see what he looks like there on the court in Summer League.
Yeah, and he doesn't have to walk out there with 20 extra pounds of muscle. But
I
know exactly what you mean.
He doesn't need to be the Hulk.
No.
But
although if he did, that'd be hilarious. Walks out looking like Mike Bibby.
Lord. Right?
About to punch everybody in his path. Yeah, we'll see, because the physicality in Summer League very much stood out last year. It's like, ooh, Max is good, but he's getting pushed around.
That yet.
Will Max start doing the pushing? I want to see Max doing some pushing without getting...
Max, I can teach you something.
Yeah. Talk to Kayla about getting in a fight. She'll help you there. We'll take the break. When we come back, let's get to Kayla's 2-minute drill. What's happening in football, plus our MLB mini-seasons update. Giants fans, things are not going great for you and Logan Webb right now. really rough first inning, but Giants are still battling through. And we have crosstalk with Whitey Gleason and Alan Stiles, who will have a ton to talk about and react to today when they take over. Starting at 2 o'clock, it's Matt and Kayla on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports.
Take Sactown Sports with you everywhere you go with the Sactown Sports app. The most in-depth coverage of the Kings and 49ers. A library of written and video content. And all your favorite personalities all in one place. Download the Sactown Sports app today and get in on the action. Your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
Having insurance isn't the same as having State Farm. It's like needing a lawyer, but getting some guy who just watches courtroom dramas.
How does the defendant plead?
Guilty. Wait, what? Also, objection.
You object to what?
Erroneous.
Counsel, approach the bench.
Hey, can I get a whack at the gavel?
You wouldn't settle for just any lawyer, so don't settle for just any insurance. Get the real deal with State Farm. Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
In the military, the mission was clear. You knew what to do. Now, the mission has changed. Stepping into civilian life isn't about finding a job. It's finding your purpose.
I wanted a career that would leverage the skills and discipline I gained in the military. IT just felt right.
My Computer Career offers class schedules that fit into your life and skills in high demand. Put your VA benefits to work. Visit mycomputercareer.edu/CWP to jumpstart your IT career today. An elite CompTIA certification partner. Financial aid is available to those who qualify, including VA benefits.
Looking for family fun, thrilling baseball, and unforgettable memories? Come out to Sutter Health Park and catch the Sacramento Rivercats in action. Great games, great food, and great times await. Get your tickets at rivercats.com.
If the world were like a Sleep Number mattress, everything would adapt for your comfort. Your coffee would never get cold. Your flight would always be on time. And your mattress would always respond to you and your unique sleep needs. Sleep Number mattresses are designed to respond to your body and shift with your changing life, helping you fall asleep faster and stay asleep longer. To experience a whole new world of comfort, visit a Sleep Number store or go to sleepnumber.com. Sleep Number. To a good life sleep.
Rock fans, this one's for you. The Rolling Stones are back with the brand new album Foreign Tongues out July 10th. Experience powerful new songs, timeless rock and roll, and the unmistakable sound that has defined generations. From the band that helped shape rock history, don't miss your chance to pre-order today. Visit therollingstoneShop.com now and secure your copy of Foreign Tongues before the official release.
Capital Casino is conveniently located in downtown 411 16th Street and has been a part of the greater Sacramento area for over 20 years. They offer the best variety of games in the region in a safe and friendly environment, and there's plenty of parking, all well lit and monitored by security. Come have a great meal at the cafe and restaurant inside. Capital Casino has the best food, the best service, and the best action. But please always remember to gamble responsibly. 1-800-GAMBLER.
At Big O, our ProTech Plus warranty offers free flat repairs, replacements, and roadside assistance. So tire trouble is no trouble at all.
Now through July 26th, you can get $200 in savings on 4 select Michelin in-stock tires and our Healthy Car Special full-service synthetic oil change for only $59.99.
Big O Tires, the team you trust. Installation required. Disposal fees and shop fees extra where permitted. See store for pricing. Eligibility may vary. Not valid with other offers.
Matt and Kayla on Sactown Sports 1140.
Thanks to Scott Perry's press conference. Had to call a little bit of an audible today. But don't worry. Kayla's 2-minute drill ain't going nowhere. We just punted it. And now we got the ball back.
It's a little light right now, so it's not a big deal.
We're in the calm.
Yeah, it's about 11 days till we got some guys reporting.
10 days, I think, for rookies
Sorry,
for
yeah,
Niners.
10. It's so crazy.
It's almost here.
Yeah, we'll be in it before you know it. But right now, a little bit thin. So we'll get to MLB miniseries in a second. But let's start off with this. This news just dropped today, actually.
Right.
Added to the ring, Adam Vinatieri. We all know how great he was for the Indianapolis Colts when it came to one of the greatest kickers we've ever seen. And he is going to be added to their Ring of Honor. So he will go up on there. He will be the 21st person associated with the franchise to receive the distinction.
Very cool.
He will be honored on the 18th of October. Yeah, 18th of October during the Titans game at Lucas Oil Stadium. So congrats to Adam Vinatieri. Again, one of the best I've ever seen do it. Just so automatic, so clutch. When it comes to kickers nowadays, you just don't know what you're going to get. But we can go back and just list, the ones that they were just so automatic.
Yeah.
And he was one of them.
I love these stories. I love the honors, the Ring of Honor. I don't know why the Kings don't have a Ring of Honor here in Sacramento, but regardless.
They're kind of fun when you look up and get to see those
got
names.
a lot of jerseys retired.
Well,
yeah.
Decent amount. Decent amount. We need a Ring of Honor, though. Come on.
Some NBA teams do like a team Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Which that would be cool if you
The
had
Giants
that on
do
the
that too,
concourse.
right? The Giants have a team Hall of Fame, don't they? The San Francisco Giants?
Yeah, I think so.
I think so, yeah.
Pretty sure
Yeah.
Brian Wilson's in it. Yeah.
Because not all of these guys get inducted to the football, the Pro Football Hall of Fame. That's just like so hard,
It's
to
very
get
difficult.
into.
Absolutely.
So to have at least something.
Baseball too. Baseball they don't induct very much.
Baseball's very difficult.
Is someone speaking?
What caught her eye?
The text line.
Oh, I closed that before they piss you off again.
Well, I think it was like mixed. I couldn't even read it. Okay. Big rush. So yesterday, I do believe we brought the running backs to the page or to the show in terms of where executives and coaches ranked the running backs
the top 10
coming
running
into
backs,
the season. Now it's edge rushers.
Oh boy.
So this is the list. I think you already saw one, but
Max Crosby number 1, right?
No, we all know who number 1 is on this list when it comes to execs and coaches ranking them. Come on, y'all.
Myles Garrett.
Yeah, Myles Garrett. He was last year ranked first, this year ranked first at the age of 30. You go, Myles.
Yeah, good for you and your Rams or whatever.
Pretty impressive.
Oh, LA got the best player. Shocking.
Okay, so who's next?
Max Crosby.
No, not your guy, Max Crosby.
TJ Watt.
He just saw it. No.
I can't see it now, so I won't say anything.
Another guess?
Not TJ Watt. Not.
I'm a little surprised by this.
I'm probably forgetting someone.
It's Micah
obvious.
Parsons.
Oh yeah.
But he is coming off of a big time injury this past year.
Pretty much.
He was ranked, I think, last year 3rd, and he is ranked 2nd this year. That's a significant jump from coming off of injury.
Yeah, that means other people around him dropped.
It's interesting to me.
He's so good though.
No, he is.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Gotta
And
go
do
to the
I
Hall.
think he... Now, I might switch these two.
He's so good, Jerry
Who's number
Jones doesn't wanna
3?
pay him.
Will Anderson.
What do you mean? Where's
Houston
Max
Texans.
Crosby?
Sorry, Raiders homer. Max Crosby's good, but he's not top 5.
He's for sure.
Will Anderson's a beast,
Will
and
Anderson
he's
is
coming off of a
amazing.
huge season.
Will Anderson's gonna maybe win Defensive Player of the Year.
Yeah.
What did the Baltimore Ravens make this list?
He was ranked 2nd last year, and he dropped to 3rd. And that's,
Will Anderson?
Yeah, and switched spots with Micah Parsons. I would flip-flop those.
I'm
personally.
surprised he was that high last year, but
Yeah.
Max
he's
is number
awesome.
4,
There
right?
we go. Max Crosby of Matt's Las Vegas Raiders.
Hell yeah.
Coming in at the 4 spot.
Really, over
I keep
Bosa?
forgetting he's only 28.
Future Niner?
Maybe.
Question mark?
By the way, the Niners have the highest amount of salary cap space.
Yeah, what is it, like almost 60 million?
It's
like 56
it's
million
nuts.
or something like that. Gotta do something.
So, yeah,
Yeah, I
got room to do something.
Crosby being over Nick Bosa, that has to be because of Nick Bosa's like multiple catastrophic injuries, right?
Yeah, I
Like
would say
completely
well, and
healthy,
he's-
I'm taking Nick, but
And he's getting older.
Yeah.
Like he really is. So
So is Max.
Aiden Hutchinson is at 5.
Yeah, I would have put him over Max.
Yeah.
How dare you?
We
I would have put
forget.
TJ Watt over Max.
How dare you?
This is a sneaky one who doesn't get a lot of love, but if you watch him play, and you watched him play last year, I get it. Daniil Hunter of Houston. Again,
Yeah, I always think of him as the guy that just no team ever wanted
I know.
to pay.
And he's 31 too.
He screams D'Amico Ryan's guy though.
TJ Watt falls big time. I mean, he comes in at 7.
Good.
Yeah, TJ's 31 now too, and he's just had so many injuries. Nick Bosa, that is where your San Francisco 49ers edge rusher comes in. He comes in at 8. I think he was unranked. No, last year he's ranked 5th.
Yeah, I was gonna say. Yeah.
Well, his lowest ranking was unranked, and now he comes in at 8. So, top 10, Brian Burns follows him, and Nick Bonito of the Denver Broncos. So that's the interesting list there for edge rushers coming into the season.
Max Crosby gonna be number 2 by the end of the season.
The line between edge rushers and outside linebackers
Yeah,
is kind
it-
of blurred with
it
this.
is.
'Cause I'm like, Benito's not really an edge rusher. He's more of an outside
See
linebacker.
quarterback, hit quarterback.
All right,
That is
that's
the
your
job.
quick 2-minute drill. What do we got for MLB mini series?
Yeah, let's jump really quickly into our MLB mini seasons. It was a great day for all of us yesterday, guys. I picked the Rangers over the Angels, got an 8-3 victory. Can always count on the Angels losing. Thank you, Angels.
Except when I pick against them.
Yeah, except for when
I'm like 0-2 picking. I picked against them so much.
Kayla, you picked the Cubs over the Baltimore
Orioles.
Hey, there you go.
There we go.
And you got the win.
Let's
5-2 for the
go.
Cubs. So
Thanks,
Kayla
Cubbies.
is now 2-0. Kyle picked the
Kyle.
Phillies over the Reds. He also got the win, 4-1. So that means that Kyle is currently in first place, even though you guys are tied in overall record. Kyle is beating you by a whopping +1 in run differential. Matt's 1-1, so don't worry
Also,
about
I
me.
don't think that's true. I think we're both +4.
No?
Well, I've won this week, both.
Oh, it is. Yeah, Matt can't math. You're
Yeah,
tied +4.
Not trying to.
We've done the exact same thing.
Yep.
We both won by 1, then we both won by 3.
I thought for some reason that the Cubs only won by 2 because I can't brain.
See, Matt, this game is too confusing.
No, it's just Matt being stupid. You can always count on that at least once a day. For today's game, Kyle, you have already picked the Blue Jays over the Giants today, and well, you're off to a really good start.
I'm looking good so far.
Really? Oh yeah, he's this game.
A 5-0 lead for the Blue Jays. They scored 5 runs on Logan Webb in the first inning.
See, it's funny. I joked about this yesterday. I was like, I got to pick against Logan Webb because whenever he pitches, the Giants give him no run support. But
Well.
today, Logan Webb's the one who dumped in the bed.
Well, watch the Giants score like 4 runs, because of course. So
You're saying it's going to be 5-4?
yeah, he'll finally get some run
They're
support.
going to give him some run support, but not enough to win.
Well, so far through 3 innings, the Giants don't have a hit yet. Yay, Giants.
Jinx.
Yay, Giants.
Dylan Cease is really good.
Yay, Giants. All right, Kayla, you have the
sorry.
White Sox, Tigers,
Yeah.
and Yankees to choose from.
Sorry, I'm taking the Tigers over the A's today.
You know what? And I'll take the A's over the Tigers.
Oh, okay.
That's how you get back in the race, Matt.
That's how I get back in the race. Plus, Scooble pitched yesterday and did quite well.
You got Jeffrey Springs today, Matt.
I don't feel good about anything. But go A's. Got to bounce back, right? This losing streak has to end at some point.
We'll see. By the way, I am taking the White Sox tomorrow. It's an 11:10 a.m. game.
Who are they playing?
They're playing the Red Sox. The Battle of the
Oh,
Sox.
sock battle. Sock off.
Yeah.
For the sock drawer.
That's right.
Battle of the sock drawer is funny.
Man, my sock drawer, everything does not match.
My day.
I have to dig for matching socks.
I will, if my day starts with finding matching socks within like 10 seconds, it's like, yeah, 2 seconds. It's like, I know it's going to be a good day.
Same here. Like today, that did not happen, but
Yeah.
it's still a good day.
If it takes me like over 30 seconds to find matching socks, yeah, it's not going to be a good day.
It's hard to do, man.
Yeah.
It's hard to do.
Laundry sucks. Can we just talk about that for a second? Like, doing laundry is terrible.
I've been
I will
pretty
do
good
dishes.
about it.
I will clean bathrooms. I hate folding laundry.
No, I do too. And I do not like my dryer. Remember when I cut my eyebrow with my new dryer?
That's kind of your fault.
No, this thing, when you see it at some point, man, it is hard to maneuver.
You stuck your head in a dryer.
But when you're taking clothes out of it and putting it in, the door keeps shutting.
Uh-huh.
So, like, I'm hitting my head all the time. It's just a disastrous situation.
It sounds like it. You should wear a helmet while doing the laundry. We'll take the break. When we come back, Whitey Gleason.
God.
I'm sure Whitey has strong opinions about laundry. Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles. Alan Stiles definitely wears mismatched socks,
For sure.
I'm guessing.
Actually, no, he doesn't.
No?
He wears,
Oh,
like,
yeah, he's-
designer socks.
Does he?
Like he wears all those,
He
like...
just wears cute socks.
Yeah.
What are cute socks?
Like golf socks, like...
He has like Reese's peanut butter.
Oh, yeah, those
socks.
are cool. I got those too.
Martini socks.
Yeah, those are the best. See, I knew Alan was awesome. That's another reason why he is. And you get to hear him and Whitey Gleason next, right here on Sactown Sports.
Sactown Sports is taking over NBA Summer League. Join Jason Ross, Whitey Gleason, and Alan Stiles as they broadcast live from Las Vegas, July 13th through the 17th. Presented by Power Business Technology. Over the air, online, and on location, Sactown Sports 1140 is your eyes and ears for all things Sacramento Kings this summer.
Your exclusive home for Kings basketball.
Sactown Sports 1140.
From the FIFA World Cup to competitive business environments, grand ambitions lead to game-changing achievements. At Bank of America, we're there to support businesses at every step, providing insights and expertise to help you gain an edge.
He shoots, he scores!
What would you like the power to do? Explore winning business solutions at BofA.com/gamechangers. Bank of America, official bank of the FIFA World Cup 2026.
I move mountains for a living. Literally. That means I don't carry hand lotion, and when it comes to serious heartburn, I don't mess around with anything but Rolaids Max Strength. Its dual-active formula has 1,500 milligrams of calcium carbonate and magnesium hydroxide that relieves heartburn fast. And the best part? The roll fits right here in my pocket, so I can get back to moving mountains.
Rolaids spells powerful relief. 1,500 milligrams is our highest amount of antacid per tablet. Read each label. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
This Green and Gold Injury Report update is brought to you by the law firm of Gingery, Hammer, and Associates. If you've got an injury, just call Gingery. Tough news on the injury front. Brent Rooker, who was rehabbing his left knee bone bruise, is now set to have season-ending surgery. The procedure is set to take place during the All-Star break at Stanford and will keep him out for the remainder of the 2026 season. Rooker hit 30 home runs last year and will be sorely missed in the lineup for the remainder of the year.
Hi, I'm Justin Gingery. One of the most common questions I receive is, what makes us different from other law firms? At Gingery, Hammer, and Associates, we handle your case from beginning to the end. Whether your case reaches a settlement, whether it must go into litigation, or whether it has to go all the way to trial, we will be with you along the entire way. And because we are committed to your case, we are as invested as you are in making sure you get the outcome you deserve.
When you get an injury, just call Gingery.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's Renter's Insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone. Get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
In the zone, AutoZone.
Annie's first oil change wasn't as hard as she thought because she went to AutoZone, where a friendly AutoZoner helped her find the right oil and save on an oil filter. He explained the job and showed her free how-tos on AutoZone.com. When she was done, AutoZone recycled her old oil for free. Get a free oil filter and more during the Celebrate Free event at AutoZone, now through July 27th.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Sacramento's best selection, best quality, and lowest prices on kitchen and bath products are at the new Anova Cabinet and Stone. For a limited time, get stunning new quartz countertops starting at just $159. That's right, only $159 for gorgeous quartz countertops. Listen to this. For a limited time, cabinets for kitchens and bathrooms are up to 50% off. Yes, up to 50% off new cabinets. It's a must-see. The new Anova Cabinet and Stone at Florin Road and Highway 99. Learn more at AnovaCabinetStone.com.
Country in the Park 2, presented by your California Army National Guard, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Bailey Zimmerman, Russell Dickerson. Plus more. Enjoy line dancing, live DJs, mechanical bull, and food trucks. Tickets start at just $70. Country in the Park 2, October 23rd at Heart Health Park at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra, the California Office of Traffic Safety, and Caltrans. More info at CITPFest.com.
It's Matt George and Kayla Anderson on Sactown Sports 1140.
Turning down that heat.
Alan is to us what we are to Dave.
Yes.
In the morning.
That's exactly what it is.
We
That's
walk
the first
in the
thing
morning
I do.
into a freezer and immediately Kayla goes right to the thermostat. Alan walks into a heater and immediately turns down the thermostat when he walks in.
It's like going to San Francisco. I'm never sure what to
What you're
wear.
gonna-
You got to layer. You got to layer.
So
when you come
true.
In,
You
you start
never
to
know.
show.
No. I used to, obviously, I know what you're talking about with Dave, but this is another level.
What are
another
you
level.
talking
Because
about?
I know it's really cold with Dave.
And
I
look
know
what
that.
she's wearing.
I could have went short sleeve.
I'm glad
but
that
I
you're in
didn't.
Sacramento because this is perfect weather for you. It's gonna be 100 degrees. You're gonna say it's a little chilly today.
Yeah, it's a
little
hot,
chilly
it's a
out.
hot yoga
Maybe.
lady over there.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Wow.
I like the heat.
I thought I did too, but I like outside heat. I
Yeah.
come in here, I run warm, hot takes.
Hot takes.
You know,
Celsius sometimes.
Celsius through the veins.
Uh-huh.
I haven't drank coffee in here in 2 months.
Because it's the
Because
warm
I'm
type
sweating.
of year. Yeah.
It's 97 degrees in here.
We all feel sorry for you.
Who's your favorite boy band? 98 degrees,
Ooh.
huh?
Now, they weren't my favorite. NSYNC
They
was.
were no one's favorite.
Right.
They were no one.
They-
They were everyone's. Yeah, sure.
Backstreet and NSYNC were right there.
Yeah, sure. Nick Lachey. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh, there was LMF, or what was the other one? There
I
was,
know who you're talking about.
Yeah, sorry, I don't know that.
Light funky
Party
ones?
Rockers.
No, there was another one.
No, that's no
Yeah.
Kyle.
O-Town?
That's one of them.
Well, yeah. But no. But yeah.
It all just sounds foreign to me.
We know.
Foreigner?
Anyway.
Oh, that's a good one.
I like. By the way, I was like listening to music the other day, and New
for you.
Edition came on, and it was like I forgot how many good songs they had
Oh,
in
yeah?
that album. I
Not
was
so
like,
new anymore, am I right?
You were
Right.
talking last week about an A-Cuff song, and that song, what is it, Tough Enough?
Tough
by-
enough. Yeah, New Kids on the Block.
That song is horrible. I went and I listened to it.
Oh my God! Hanging tough,
terrible.
rough, a cup. Oh.
I like it.
Just
The actual
hanging
song,
a cup.
I couldn't make it all the way.
I know.
like it.
I will say now, looking back at it, yeah, probably not the greatest, but New Kids on the Block, man, they were a thing.
Oh, I know,
Yeah.
definitely.
Now they're the old kids on the block.
Cut the mic. Just cut it. No.
Alan just got his palm in his hand already,
Goodness
palm.
or
gracious.
his palm in his face.
Yeah, that's where your palm is. In your hand.
Goodness gracious.
No World Cup today. How you dealing with that?
I'm sad. It's no World Cup and no Summer League basketball, so it's just baseball season.
Yeah.
And we're seeing what's happening to the Giants already. The A's haven't won a game since I was a child, apparently.
Well, it's funny because I remember a couple of years ago coming in, listening to Styles and Watkins, and Alan Styles was talking as I drove in about Dylan Cease throwing a no-hitter. Dylan Cease is pitching today. He ain't given up a safety yet, Alan.
Really?
Through 4.
Oh, 4.
Mm-hmm.
4, he says. Oh.
He's bringing it.
Luis Arraez.
Yeah.
They're former teammates, too, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah, Luis Arraez has been on so many teams.
Where would the Giants being no hit today fall on their list of
jeez.
blubs of this season so far?
Ooh,
It'd actually be a highlight.
Yeah, it would be it would actually be baseball related, so that would be nice.
That's good. That is good.
That would be an improvement.
That's not a good sign, by the way, when you say that.
Yeah, I saw somebody say, because we were going back and forth about Logan Webb and snuck his way into the All-Star game. Some people thought, and I know he's 916 guy, I get it, but I saw somebody say, when's the last time an All-Star pitcher got in with an above 4 ERA?
Oh,
which now he didn't have that going in to today, but
he does now.
He does now.
5 runs in the first inning.
Yeah.
Yeah, yikes. He's still in. He's
Yeah.
still pitching.
Hey.
Still no run support, though, so at least that part's consistent.
Well, don't pay attention to this. Go get a crab sandwich.
Gotta get that.
Go get some Dippin' Dots.
A little more run support.
Go ride down
the Cy Young season.
Go ride down the Coca-Cola bottle. That's what it's about in Oracle Park. It's not about the baseball.
Right.
Baseball is that's a secondary.
That's in the past.
That's right.
And watch a perfect game get thrown against your team.
That's right. It's an entertainment factory with baseball going on.
Inflation has never been more apparent than the price of Dippin' Dots. Like, what the
Oh,
hell?
really?
Dippin' Dot prices are ridiculous.
I don't eat
So what are we
those.
doing with Dippin' Dots? Is there a brick and mortar, or are they only at? Is it like a
Like
Cinnabon?
games?
Is it like a
there is a
Cinnabon?
brick and mortar.
They're just only at
They came
games?
to that.
I
I
think
think when
so.
they came out, they had like little kiosks in the mall.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, like Cinnabon.
Yeah.
There's no.
Yeah.
You're not gonna let's drive to Dippin'
Right.
Dots.
Right.
No,
No,
Dippin' Dots does not
no.
have an establishment.
Okay.
I don't really like
I like that
Dippin'
business
Dots.
model though.
By the way,
Can
I
Yeah.
have a request for you two, since you're part of our amazing crew that's going down to Las Vegas.
thank you.
Okay.
There are apparently
Shirtless podcast.
Yeah.
That's poolside. That's
that's
poolside
why.
with Whitey
There's
coming
a lot
soon.
more than that.
The guns are out and then some. There are apparently famously, there's a guy, it's not like it might be Cake Boss guy. There are famously vending machine cakes in Las
Okay.
Vegas. There is a cake vending machine.
Okay.
I've heard very mixed reviews about this. But should you guys come
Okay.
across a cake vending machine,
All right.
just let me know
Interesting.
how it is.
Yeah. See, this is
Okay.
what's so tough when you go to Vegas, because I'll have all this stuff saved on Instagram. You'll blink
And it's-
Yeah.
and you didn't do any of it.
Yeah.
Maybe one thing. We are there a week, so I have stuff. I've been spamming the digital boys because we're going to be there a week. We're not going to be on the strip proper. So I have a whole list of stuff I've had saved in my Instagram for years. And this is the trip where I'm going. I'm going to all these places.
Give us like
if I was there, I would have been participating.
I know.
So
I know.
Give us like one thing that's
Yeah.
obscure. That's not like
Yeah.
a duh thing.
One thing I've been trying to go to forever. It's called, I don't know if anybody's ever been there, but it's off the strip. So when you're on the strip or Old Vegas, you just never go. It's called Volcano Grill. And they are a hibachi, teppanyaki,
Oh, okay.
like
Very nice.
brick and mortar.
I
But
love
but
that.
they do different stuff. It's not like going to Benihana. They
Yeah.
make teppanyaki burritos. They make hibachi, just all of it. So I literally been following them for no reason for at least 4 years.
that's cool.
Every time I go to Vegas, it's a weekend here,
Yeah.
weekend there, and I don't feel like going off the strip. But I said, Alan, we're going, and I told everybody we're going.
Better check
Nice.
your per diem first.
Well, that's one. No, I'm
that's very
balling out
true.
for that one.
He's
So-
balling out on a budget.
So Alan has his list of Instagram places
That's
to go
right.
to in Vegas,
Yeah.
and Whitey, you have your nightclub bingo card.
Oh, I was
right?
going to say, are you going to go to a nightclub with Alan?
The only no.
Okay.
The
Yes.
only thing
Yes,
I
you
saw,
are.
Yeah, I saw J. Ross yesterday, and he's going to be there too, but he won't be staying with us. But he said you guys going to be there during the home run derby. You should get some wiffle balls and go in the backyard where the pool is and have a home run derby.
Yeah.
And now that's like all I can think.
I
about.
love it.
That's
well,
what you want to do in
that
Vegas?
has not-
Yeah,
That has
baby.
not crossed my mind
Yeah.
quite yet. I did find it's a list of R&B hip hop
Let's
lounges
go.
that are not clubs. They're for elder statesmen. So we're going, Whitey.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
You can't say that about
Hey,
Whitey.
I'm saying it about me.
Are you doing karaoke, Whitey? Come on.
Come on.
If Alan does, I will.
We
sure.
still haven't done it here, you guys.
We'll
Come
do it right
on.
now.
We don't get to go to the fun trip to Las Vegas.
I know.
That's where you do it.
Hey, I wish everyone could.
So, Alan, I'm going to tell you this right now. Alan's going to find out somebody who's playing in, because Lil Wayne was there last year when
Right.
I was there for the AAU that overlaps Vegas.
Who's at the Sphere when we're there?
That's cool.
Well, Backstreet Boys, they're always there, but I'm meeting some friends that are going to Backstreet Boys.
They're there now?
They're going to be there next
Yeah,
week
they're
because
always
my,
there.
my friends, I'm meeting
I
them.
didn't know they were always there.
Yeah, they're doing they're there.
Residency.
Alan's gonna find
Yeah.
someone who's playing at one of these clubs,
Yep.
and he's
Yeah.
gonna get in because he does his little agency.
Well, the last time we had tickets to Tyga, and Chris Watkins didn't want to go.
I know.
I said,
Alan
Chris, I
is-
got tickets to Tyga.
I'll tell you what's going to happen. Alan is going to invite everybody to do something, and then he's going to get invited to a different party, and then leave you and go to the
it
other
depends
party.
if it's a better party.
And
Man.
leave
Got a
you
camel in the
behind.
club?
Yeah, I will find that
Man.
camel.
That touched a nerve.
Leave
I
you
will
behind.
find that camel. we might golf a little bit. I might get my Matt George on. Golf a
Yeah?
little bit.
Are you taking the
yeah.
clubs with you? Or you're
No,
renting?
I'll just rent. I'll just rent.
I'll just.
Yeah, I'll just rent.
Well, I know for the next 4 hours, you got plenty to react to with Scott Perry, what he had to say earlier.
Man.
So
Let's
go,
real
Scotty.
quick, just give me first thing that pops in your head that you just take away, little preview for Whitey and Alan, the Drive guys, coming up over the next 4 hours.
We are going to break down this whole A-Cuff AI comparison, see how much water it actually holds.
Okay.
Oh.
Well, look, you can tell Scott Perry is raring to go to move on from some of these names, but he did it in a very respectful way.
That's what I'm talking
Very
about.
respectful way. The future is
He's
now.
the man.
The future is now.
Whitey Gleason, Alan Stiles, the Drive guys are now. Matt and Kayla will take the break until tomorrow. We'll see you at 10 a.m. Stick around. 4 hours of the Drive guys next on Sactown Sports.
Peace.
Like and subscribe to the Sactown Sports 1140 YouTube channel at Sactown Sports 1140 to get the Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, Matt and Kayla, and the Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason and Alan Stiles on demand and at your fingertips. Get your fix of the Sacramento Kings, 49ers, Giants, Athletics, NFL, NBA, and the latest in sports and entertainment all in one place at Sactown Sports 1140 on YouTube.